What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, I'm here. I'm excited. We got a guest today. We got a game preview.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm really happy today. But beard is still coming a little bit more. You know, so yeah.
The beanie look is what you're going for this November.
For right now, until my barber comes over, then we might adjust the top part. But this is here. This is gonna stay. We good. We said we can line this up. This is what we did say. That was agreed upon.
Oh yeah.
That was agreed upon.
You're sticking with beanies though for a little bit here. It's been a trend.
It has been.
It's a good look.
Well, this is the funny thing, man. I wear beanies a lot, bro. Like, I like my fitteds and my dad has, but like, I'm a beanie guy. That's just what I grew up on. You know what I mean? So yeah, it does feel good to go with the beanie look. But it's just the thickness in this part. Something about when I look at it, it's just like, what is this? Is this afro? Is this shortcut? I don't really know. It just looks unique, to say the least.
I don't know if you're ever gonna beat your quarantine look though. You really had the small fro going on. You really did.
Because I was committed. I was committed to said quarantine, and that's why I look like this right now. Because once again, I was committed
to the dubs,
to the quarantine and to the dubs. So yes, you know, this is what you have to do every once in a while. But yeah, I just, like I said, I keep the facial hair. But yeah, this on top, man. I don't know how much I got left of this, man. It just hurts me every time I look in the mirror. Like, what are we doing? Did you completely just give up on life? Is it over? Part of me is like, yes, because I almost died. But the other part is like, nah, bro, you got to come back, man. What you doing? So it's 50-50. Every day it's take it myself and just, but I don't want to go full Britney. So
yeah.
You know, so that's my dilemma right now.
You know what you could do maybe? If you do it, maybe for the Lions game or something. People are mad at you in the moment, but if we end up winning, no one's going to care. I know. But it's bad if
I do it and we lose, I'm going to feel guilty.
That's bad.
I will feel guilty.
People are going to be coming for you.
I will feel, and that's why I said I can't touch the facial hair. Like, we're going to line it up, but I have to let that live. But on top, no, we did not say I couldn't do the top.
You're right.
You said I could touch the, because a beard,
agree,
no shade, no ears for the beards, not for on top of the head. So this, it has to be altered a little bit.
You're 100% right. We didn't make any agreements on the hair.
Absolutely. And it looks like the people in the chat actually do kind of like the beanie, you know?
Oh,
now, was it Sejan Patel says we should make a beanie that says the Arthur Most Experience with Deke, or the initials AMWD. That is something we might have to consider down the line, you know? Appreciate the
That'd be kind of
idea,
clean.
you know? I mean, obviously, because we talk about the new shirts, we got that new Upper Room shirt. I'm still waiting on YouTube to update it so that way y'all can actually see it without having to click the link like we did last episode. But either way, it's a dope shirt. But yeah, Darius Mayo says the beanie game is sick. I'm glad, man, because I'm a beanie guy. I really am. Like, when I'm in the house just chilling, I'm a beanie rocker. I'll be in here with a tank top, ball and shorts, and a beanie on. Like, that's how I get it in,
nice.
Man. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for the show today.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned, we have the preview. We have a Monday night game coming up, and we're just seeing a lot of hot topics in the chat right now.
Oh yeah, it's one of them days, man. You know it's gonna be spicy. You know we're gonna get into all the shenanigans. But like we said, got a guest coming in and joining us today, man. Terence Garvin. We've had him on before, former Pittsburgh Steeler. Gonna talk to us a little bit about the Melvin Ingram trade, also the usage between Devin Bush and Robert Spillane, because you remember he is an inside linebacker. He's been in that defense. He's been in those meeting rooms as well with that particular coach, Jerry O. So that's going to be dope to hear from him about those things. Obviously, like you said, man, know it's a whole bunch going on because, like you said, man, trade deadline was what, 2 days? Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
4:30.
Because actually, I forgot it felt like we weren't on, but we were on. We just had the members only for the Zach Banner interview, which, by the way, I'm sure the people that saw some of the clips, looks like y'all really enjoyed it. Now the full interview is available to the people, to the public, you know, so enjoy that as well. But let's get this thing started, man. So with that being said, let us know where you're tuning in from. We'll start to check in. And after that, we're going to dive into some of these topics that y'all got popping up as we progress and proceed.
We got, I am Pat Frymouth.
I am Pat Frymouth.
Sharing similar sentiments to me whenever I texted you yesterday. Mm-hmm. I wanted Jay Wobble back.
He put them eyes up and had all y'all going crazy, man. Like it.
I was scrolling Twitter on my way home.
Yeah.
And I saw that. I'm like, you know what? There's a chance. I had to text you.
We talk.
But then you tweeted something afterwards. That was a subtweet. I don't even know what that means, honestly.
It's just kind of like, I know everybody's going to think this is one thing, but It's not. I'm sending this somewhere else. It's directed to something else.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it was then.
Mm-hmm. A little subtweet action, but it's all gravy though, baby. It's all gravy. And John, my Meister, I appreciate you complimenting my look. He says Moats' new look looks good. Shout out to the beanie crew out here. But let's see where we checking there from, man. All right, starting out, we got Rashawn Jones tuning in from the 732, and the screen just jumped as I read 732. So I don't know.
I got a few here.
Oh, Neptune, New Jersey. That's the 732. Okay. We also got, I got you real quick. We got Beth Greer, 757, Virginia Beach in the crib. You already know, man. Crib 757. Love when y'all tuning in, baby. Big love. Big love. Todd Sikowski, the 520. Tucson, Baja, Arizona, Dope Clemente, Jersey, Deke. And we've been seeing the people talk about taco meat is out. Yes,
yeah, I guess so.
Yes, Brady, the taco meat is out in full effect. Extra curly today, too, ladies and gentlemen. Extra curly.
Didn't even wear a jacket over here.
I know, man. You were just a Billy Big Boy today, man. I like that, bro.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good look on you. I like when you do that.
We got Lamar Jackson tuning in.
Shout out to Lamar. He in Baltimore. Where is he at?
No, he's down in Georgia.
912.
And we're actually his favorite podcast.
Well, hey, man, shout out. You're actually you're my fantasy quarterback right now. So, salute. It's a good little vibe we got going on here.
He's probably just buttering us up, though, because he's gathering intel. That's
but
what
we
he's
don't
doing.
play them to the end of the year. So by the time he gets to that part, it ain't going to matter anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, we good.
Cam Letson, 585, Rochester, New York.
Shout out to Rochester in the building.
The Norseman 7. I recognize this game. He says, hey, yo, South Africa, back in the house.
Let's go. South Africa, absolutely. Yeah. I do remember the Norseman. Yes, indeed.
Jev 3.0. Leicester, England.
Let's go. I like it. I
know the time. It's 10 p.m.
10 p.m.?
It's 5 hours.
You sure?
I promise.
I'm not even questioning you. I know.
I'd bet $100 on it right now if someone wanted to.
Man,
I'm not even looking. You see my screen. I'm not on time zones.
But I believe you, man.
I know England time.
Yeah. I trust you. If it's time related, I'm going with you. Every single time, man. Every single time.
What do you got over there?
That. All right. But we also have Logan Newman, the 276, Withville. I think it's how you say that. Withville, Virginia.
Yeah.
He says, Sko Ducks, baby. I like it. Man, don't you love when you're reading off one? There we go. Sage Mode 757 all day. Portsmouth in the building, aka P-Town, aka Pistol City. Boo, boo, boo. All right, I'm sorry. I got a little turned up for a second. Anytime y'all bring up my hometown like that, I get excited.
Even says Churchland. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. That's the old high school right there, man. The stomping grounds. Elliott Moats Field, by the way. And since it's been named that, by the way, the Truckers have been on a tear.
Undefeated?
I think at home, they haven't lost.
Nice.
Yeah, they're 7-2 right now. They had one loss at the beginning of the season on the road, and the other one was on the road as well. So
maybe some championships.
Hey, man, that's all I'm saying, bro. They didn't put 50 on, 3 teams now back to back at the crib, bro. It's different. Elliott Moats Field, bro, is different.
They have like a mini plaque for you there. Do they have a little statue or something?
They have the field with our name on it now. We finally got paint on said grass, which is
nice.
Huge. I actually have a plaque here in the house. I was trying to figure out where to display it. I thought about just putting it up, take that down and then put the other one up. And I was
it's that big.
Nah, it ain't that big. But I have the JMU Hall of Fame plaque as well. So I was like, I could just put them side by side. JMU Hall of Fame, Elliott Moats football field. But then I was like, that'd be doing too much. So it's sitting in my office right now. But one of these days, I'm going to get it hung up somewhere, somehow.
What are the top spots?
In my bedroom or in my bathroom.
Okay.
In my bedroom, because I want my wife to know, yo, I ain't just know anybody. When I come in here, you better know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then in the bathroom, so while I'm, relieving myself, I could at least be like, oh yeah, I used to be somebody important.
Because you got down here, you got a couple portraits, pictures.
I mean, we got plenty of space.
You have your jersey
here.
room, kind of your memorabilia room. Whenever you first walk in, with Palomalu.
Well, see, I don't even look at that's the office. So
okay,
those are just
that's what you call the office.
Those are just important. You got Sid,
right?
You got me. You got TP. Favorite hockey player. They're my favorite. That's the GOAT. It's TP, bro. And I shared the locker room with him. He was gonna be up there, and I had to have myself up there. But other than that. Yeah, most of the stuff that's in that room are non-sports related awards, if that makes sense. I got some of the helmets in there, but it's oh, you gave a commencement speech. Oh, you did this. Oh, you did that. And that's kind of how it's set up, Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a vibe. It's a little bit of a vibe.
Yeah, definitely. You got some decisions to make.
Something like a vibe. But we're going to figure it out. But shout out to Churchland either way. We also have Matthew Patterson, the 724. He says, but military got me in Florida. Well, first off, we appreciate your service, man. I hope you are at least enjoying the weather in Florida because it is very chilly up this way. And then Adrian Hernandez checking in from Portland, Oregon. The 503. I like it. What you got on your end?
Got a few people here. Zachary Yepes, I'm sorry. 361 Corpus Christi, Texas. Zand, 804 Virginia in the house.
Richmond, okay.
Is that down your way?
No, about an hour and a half north. But my little brother stays in Richmond though, so it's all love.
KC, 318, The Boot.
Ooh, Louisiana, let's get it.
913 Kansas City, Kansas from Yellow Season Productions.
Yellow, okay, I like that.
Moneybags, South Carolina. Where's Jacob Malacio?
Come on, man, Jacob.
That's what I'm looking for.
Come on, Jacob. Your name better pop up ASAP. All right. So while we've
been on a winning streak.
I'm gonna just make sure I shout out the ones that I do see. The Brobarian, we can't forget about him. Chesapeake, VA, always salute. We also have. I'm reading like all my 757 people. If you haven't noticed, Bag Brandon, South Norfolk in the house. 757. Actually, my mom stays over that way right now too. Shout out to her. Oh man, let's see. Anyone else in the 757? I'm in a 757 mood today.
Don't forget where you came from.
Exactly. Can't forget where I came from, man. Anytime back home was tuning in, I'm like, salute y'all, bro. We appreciate you. Mama made it.
Quan Black is saying you couldn't replace the painting because it's synonymous with the podcast.
You're right.
I cannot find Jacob Malacio.
We're going to give him time. He's going to show up. Jacob, guys, he has to show up. If he don't show up and we lose, you blame it on him.
Yeah.
You can't put that on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because I think he said it was 7 or 8 times in a row we gave him a shout out.
Absolutely.
He's not in the house right now, though, unfortunately.
We waiting on you, Jacob. Come on now.
I could throw a few more in here.
Get some more names in here while we wait.
This is a familiar name. Juicebox32.
Shout out
720.
Juicebox always pulling up, man.
Says keep the painting as well. Nick Donegan. Donegan. 23. 203 Modesto, California.
Okay, yeah.
Addison Burrows. 502 Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
John Kramer.
I like it.
707 Bay Area. Let's go.
Okay. Bay Area, a.k.a. the Yay area. You already know what it is, man. Uh-oh, we got some more Virginia in the house. I'm sorry. Got BMW_Benji, the 540 VA. That's Harrisonburg, Virginia, that area where, you know, James Madison happens to be. So we definitely got to shout them out. Let's see where else we got. The 703 VA from Jaden Sneed. That's Northern Virginia area. Kind of like where Washington, D.C. is and stuff like that. We about 2 hours. Almost 3 from that area, though. You know what I mean? Let's see what else we got. Who else in VA for the boy today, making me feel all happy over here? Sheesh. I get a little. Chris Mack, he says Ports P-Town with the big flex. Let's get it. All right. I'm good.
Eric Long is basically saying you can forget about Jacob Malacio. He says you could do mine instead.
Ooh.
208 Idaho, baby.
Let's go. Oh, and then we got Frank Harris, 757 in the building. What up, Moats? All right, I'm good. I get excited though. It's the hometown, man. It's the crib.
It's good. It's a good thing.
You need the crib every once in a while.
Oh, for sure. Is that it on these check-ins?
All right. I think it is on that end. Looks like a couple supers.
Yeah.
Coming in, letting us know where they're tuning in from. Let's see. I don't know if you said let's go UW, but let's go UW. Nah. He tuned in. He's hitting us with the free 6-month chat. Shout out. Salute. And it's actually funny, man. It's a UW player that, you know, Let's Go UW might actually like, but he happens to play for the Bears, so I don't know 100%, but we're going to find out when we get to the player and positional breakdowns.
Sure.
But he says, good afternoon from Dallas, Texas. Got up this morning to more PFF slander, putting Myles Garrett as defensive player of the week in the AFC. Oh, yeah, I don't agree with that one. Nah, I don't like that one at all. I ain't feeling that.
I'm not either.
Not after this week. Not the head-to-head when TJ still out. Nah. I could dig. Yeah, I could see the slander. I'm not digging it either, baby.
The direction I could see them taking it is they were going play-by-play.
Okay.
And I could see how Garrett was maybe winning some of his plays, but Ben was getting the ball out, so he wasn't able to get sacked.
True.
That's the only way I could see it. Why
you gotta make sense, Deke? Come on, bro. That's not.
I'm not happy
Deke,
about it either.
Why you want to make sense? Why you thinking about? I feel like you thought about that beforehand. You was like, well, you know what? Myles was winning play-by-play. Like I could see. Why you gotta be? You're not supposed to be rational, Deke.
I know.
Stop being rational. What color are you wearing, Deke? Huh? What color is your jersey, Deke?
We got black and gold on
Okay,
today.
Deke. So why are you trying to reason and show any type of sense towards the Browns? Huh? Why?
I'm sorry. PFF
Come on,
sucks.
man. Jeez. Whose team are you on here? Are you a fake fan or are you a diehard fan? Huh? What, you let me know, Deke. Which one are you today, man?
Well, if anything, I'm just going to say that.
What you trying to say, man?
PFF to say defensive player of the week, like it just doesn't add up because.
But you even wanted to open your mind to find reason behind their decision. You even looked at it and was like, let me take myself and put myself on the other side. Let me put on the PFF hat and t-shirt. Yeah. You put the PFF hat and t-shirt on and just tried to explain this to us, man. Stop it, D. Stop. What's that hat say right there, man?
What is this? It's in the AM.
It says into the AM.
I forgot what hat
I know, right? So I hope it says into the AM. Which, by the way, if you use the promo code Moats 10, you get your 20%. You get your 10% off of that.
Yeah, I like these trucker hats.
Yeah, they got love there. They got love. But still, that's not a PFF hat. So don't you be trying to put on PFF reasoning. All right, we don't like them. Okay.
No, I don't like them. I don't. No. I disagree with their decision. Good. But I could, if that's their way of doing it, I don't think that qualify someone for defensive player of the week just because they're winning plays. It's the end result. Like that's what player of the weeks are. But
thank you.
They shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be doing that. That's my point. You're confusing people now.
Yeah. And if you don't agree with what you just said, then you're a fake fan.
Right.
There we go. Let's add, make sure we got that off.
I appreciate that.
All right. It's the little things. All right. Who else we have? We have Martin F. jumping in the supers as well, using his free 2-month membership. Shout out to you, Martin F. We greatly appreciate your support. He says, how's it going, guys? Hello from El Paso, Texas. Now, I got big love for El Paso, Texas, baby. Shout out to you guys down there, man. Hope you're enjoying yourselves as well. And appreciate you for tuning in, Martin F. All right. Next up, Adrian Hernandez. And let me know when you're recording. Are you?
I'm here with all these. Yeah.
Oh, well, you rock out. Play. Go on, man.
Adrian Hernandez checking in from Portland, Oregon. Mm-hmm. The 503. Not every NFL fan base has a podcast like us. We're so lucky. Thank you, guys. Hashtag here we go.
Man, you about to make me cry.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. It's, we really appreciate that. We try to give you something that other people won't give you. We try to give you interviews that other people won't give. We try to give you exclusive. We try to break down film and just give you everything to make y'all feel important. Even got merchandise so you can feel important as well, man. Shout out to that.
Yeah, part of the community.
That's what we do.
Sean Manahan. Y'all want a D-Jax? Now he's available.
This is very true.
He says D-Jack.
Deshaun Jackson.
Is it D-Jack or D-Jax?
People spell it both ways.
It's
J-A-C-K or J-A-X.
Okay.
Yeah, people spell it both ways. And then some people put a little dash in between, put a little space. Yeah.
I get what you're saying then.
Yeah. But
do you want to talk about that now? Or we could hit, I have 2 more super chats. We could hit on some of these hot topics, trade deadline stuffs after that if you want.
Well, yeah, because I just wanted to see, because we're definitely going to talk D-Jax and obviously another wide receiver that is potentially going to be available as well. So, your call. You decide. We could chop it up right now, or we can read the rest of these supers and then go back to this.
Yeah, rest of the supers.
All right, go for it then.
Cam Letson. Yo, Moats, now that Ingram's gone, we need you out there, fam.
Oh, y'all don't want me out there. I mean, y'all don't want me out there, bro.
You versus Taco, you versus Tuska. Who you taking?
I'm washed. You see this beard? You see this hat? You can't see me because I have fatigue on. Dad joke. But yeah, I'm cool. I don't want any parts. I want to hang with the cool kids and have a little fun. And remember that drug test thing we keep talking about? Yeah, just, because I was recovering from COVID, so I have a lot of medications and stuff like that. So who knows if I could pass the drug test. So we're going to leave that alone. All right. Yeah.
Would they make you pass one as soon as you step in the building?
Well, because I never failed one, I technically would be good. Because you can fail your first one and no one's ever going to know. Okay. It's after you fail your second one, that's when it becomes public. And then, he's in the program. Then you fail the third one. Now you got to deal with fines. And you fail that fourth one, that's when you get suspension. So now you see why us as players, we didn't care about the first couple. It's when you start getting suspended, that's like, bro, it's your 4th time. Like, bro, it might be the first time for the media and everybody else, but we been knew this. Like, chill out. So I would be fine. I got a couple of fails in me. I tried to save up,
Yeah,
got
just drink a lot of water, too.
But, yeah, well, you can't even do that. Too diluted. They want that thing extra unhydrated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Which is a dilemma because sometimes they'll test you after a game. And you can imagine during a game, what are you doing? You're drinking water, Gatorade to stay hydrated. It's been a couple of, primetime game and you're in there 2 a.m. Because you're trying to make yourself dehydrated again, so your pee won't be too diluted. Yeah. Not fun at all, man.
Well, even right now, you still feel even some of the fatigue, so you might not even be
seriously, bro,
good for another month or so just to be up to full speed.
Exactly, bro. So I'm in that my practice window, right? Because I was on a short term, I was on IR with a short term, so they brought me back, but I'm in that 21-day practice window. So let me get my 21 days in, and then after that, we'll see where we're at. All right. I worked out yesterday, bro. My leg's still tired right now, and it was an easy workout.
Money bags. Bringing my fiance and kids to the Lions game.
Let's go.
Do I need to get the Red Lot 5 garage parking pass or just pay when I get there?
So you can just pay when you get there.
Don't park there. I don't even think you can park there.
No, you can park. That's where I park at. You can park there. It's the garage that's literally right. If the parking lot right here is where we tailgate.
Oh,
it's that garage right. Yeah.
They consider the garage that lot too?
Yeah.
Go in the garage. Yeah, go to Red Lot 5A and then pass it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the garage. It's $40.
Yeah, because that's what we say in the garage parking lot. Yeah, because the other one's just like a regular parking lot. Don't park in there. But
it does say garage parking pass. Yeah. My bad.
But
I skipped that.
It's like, I think $20. It's $20 if you get there early. Then it's $40 if you get there like right an hour or two before kickoff. You know what I mean? So yeah, you'll have options though, and there's always plenty of parking in that deck. Like I said, I park in there all the time just because it's safe, it's secure, and they have security. And that's the other thing I like about it. I like to park my car where security at. You know,
and it's a good spot. It's
perfect,
close
location.
To the tailgate. It's not that far away from the stadium,
and it's a straight shot both directions.
2, 3, 4 blocks away from the stadium.
Straight shot either way, man.
Yeah, that's a good spot. I park there too. Yeah. Chandler the P. Think Steelers will be in the mix for Odell. Well, that's another one of the topics.
Something we're going to be talking about very soon. Very soon we're going to talk. We're getting through these supers, but we're going to hit that.
Two more chats.
Believe that.
John Malmeister. Hey, my last name is pronounced Malmeister. I think I pronounced that right.
I think you did.
Did you say him in the shout out or something?
I might have mixed them up.
Wish I would have seen y'all on Sunday. I was in enemy territory antagonizing Browns fans for that dub. Hope you were safe.
Like it. We see to get a little extra out there sometimes. No, man, we would have loved to be out there, man. The problem was it was on Halloween day first off, and I got kids. I had to be home. But then the second thing was I'm still in recovery mode, and I had to hedge my bet. I said, okay, if I go to Cleveland, I don't know if I'll make it back, and that's going to alter Sunday, potentially Tuesday show as well. And I wanted to make a sacrifice. I said, what's more important, providing the people with this content or me going out there to Cleveland trying to hang on for dear life as I'm recovering? So that was the only thing. But I hope you definitely enjoyed yourself, man. Yes, indeed.
Caleb Cole says running late, but tuning in from Deke's basement.
Let's get it.
I didn't know this was coming back where people were sneaking into my house.
Well, I did see Deke's son was up here like 2 chats ago because he was like Uncle Moats
Deke
and
Jr.
Daddy.
in there too.
Yeah, he was like Uncle Moats and Daddy, and I was like, bro, what? I got thrown off. I was like, who the heck called me Uncle Moats in here? And I read the name. I was like, oh, it's your little son out here because you just be spreading your royal oats all over the place, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
That one time, it was the whole crew, man.
Yeah, bro.
It was Deke's baby mama. Deke's baby mama too.
I was waiting on people to start hitting you with the paternity test. Child support. I was over here like, bro, don't hit me. All right. I just know the kid, but I don't know him.
That was a good one.
That
was a good one. Big time salute for whoever pulled that off that one time. But we're out of super chats.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to hit some of this trade deadline stuff?
No, absolutely.
We touched on the Melvin Ingram trade a little bit yesterday, but is there anything we left uncovered with that?
Yeah. Well, for us, not necessarily, but I guess what I'll ask you is this, taking it a different direction. When people were referring to his character, I've seen that come under attack lately.
How?
And that's the thing I wanted to talk about, like, in the sense, because we're obviously going to talk to Terence Garvin to get his opinion on the trade and how everything played out as well. He's going to be on at 6:00 with us, just so y'all know, have a little bit of fun with the homie. But that was the thing that I saw, man. Like a ton of media and fans instantly started like pulling up old tweets from him about him being excited about being here, or where he's talking about, his role as a rotational guy working with Alex Highsmith. And then they bring that up now as like, man, I told you he was a liar. Look at this, man. You can't trust this dude. Like he's just saying whatever. And I was a little upset because I'm like, well, dang. If he could change his mind, could the team have not changed their mind? Could they have not changed their stance? I mean, we talked about how his playing time usage-wise has been altered drastically, but more so these past 2 games. Now, obviously, he didn't play in Cleveland, but the Seahawks game, we talked about that in terms of, man, if you're just going off of what he probably was told versus how it actually played out, I think it's understandable that he could have a change of heart at some point in time. But I just feel like it was only directed towards him, not the team also having a little bit of a change of heart as well.
Well, there's that, but also, do you blame him? It goes back to what we were talking about when James Washington requested a trade.
Yeah.
If you feel like your talent's a little bit greater than the opportunity you're being given with your current team, and you want to express that potentially with another team and get paid in free agency, I don't blame you for trying to control your own destiny and get somewhere else. I really don't. It just sucked for us because he helped our roster. He helped with the depth, the potential 3-man rotation that we had going. But yeah, you're right. People are allowed to change their mind. People are allowed to evolve a little bit.
And I agree, man. I mean,
and this wasn't handled like the James Harrison thing either. It seemed pretty similar to the James Washington thing.
Yeah.
So I don't, the character stuff, I don't get that. I don't understand that.
Yeah, because that was the thing that surprised me. I was just like,
it's not something
I was not expecting that
from a Steeler organizational standpoint, because I would have liked for him to stay, but the character stuff, I guess maybe even this goes back to the Steven Nelson thing too. I don't think there's any reason to do that. You could separate the two. You could separate the player from their personal life / character, and a player for the Steelers organization. He was helping us, but there's no reason to do that, I don't think.
Yeah, that was my whole thing. I was like, I don't like how we are going this way. Why? Because he's going now. All of a sudden, he's the villain. Now that's what we're gonna do. Like, come on, man, we got to be better than that, baby.
Yeah, no, I don't. You could say villain from a football standpoint. Oh, revenge game coming up against the Chiefs. He was on the Steelers. Yeah. But yeah, from a personal standpoint, we don't even know. Like, he could be the nicest guy of all time. He just wanted a different change.
I mean, you even heard Banner even spoke. He was like, "Yo, he's still gonna be the homie." Like,
yeah. Alex Highsmith.
Yeah, he was enough, and that was the day of when some of this was coming out in terms of, Melvin being disgruntled and wanting to be out. I mean, Alex Kemper still spoke very highly of him, still talked about him as a mentor and things like that. So yeah, it's one of them things. I was like, man, can we learn to separate that a little bit, please?
There's no reason for that. Nah, definitely not. I mean, anyone else trying to improve themselves, maybe get a change of job scenery, you're gonna try to take advantage of that too.
Yeah. And we said only in sports do the majority in terms of the fans side with management versus siding with players, right? It's always, man, what's better for the team? It's always team. Whereas if this was regular jobs, like how you said, nobody's trying to work with management. Nobody wants to side with management. No, it's about the employee. It's about, us. We need to make more money. Who cares about them? They got all the cash. But with sports, it just seems a little different, man.
But I think it can be both.
I agree.
Where, like, I'm saying, man, I don't want this to happen because I'm rooting for the Steelers. I want the Steelers organization to make all the right moves possible. So I'm a little pissed off about that. At the same time, there is no reason to attack someone's character, their personal life, whatever it is.
I do think both sides could have handled it better in terms of, if we know that, hey, man, Melvin's an important piece, because right now, as we look at the outside linebacker room, it looks drastically different with him not in the fold versus him being in the fold. So he had importance. But then if you're the organization and you understand the dynamic between him and what he's wanting, but also how he views Alex Highsmith, well, what could that common ground be? Could it be, hey, Alex, instead of you playing 80 or 70 snaps, could you play 60? Hey, Melvin, if we give you the additional 10, does that help you out? And if we say those 10 are going to at least be at outside linebacker, not when you're having to go in there and play D-line and stuff like that, like, is that a common ground? I think those are some of the conversations that I would have been interested to see if they were had. We just don't know. And obviously when Coach Tom was asked about it, he said that he was going to keep that in-house. But that is something that I want to know in terms of, why couldn't we find a common ground?
Right.
Because to me, I didn't necessarily feel that Melvin was just to the point where he wanted zero to do with it. I just think that he felt like he was told one thing, season is coming in here and it's evolving, and now it's turning into something different, and he doesn't feel as appreciated. And the ones I say is because, like, I know when I first signed here in 2014, my first 3 games, I was not this happy-go-lucky, jovial, let's talk about the Steelers type of guy, because I kind of felt the same way. It was like, man, told me I was going to get an opportunity. Here,
who were the linebackers that you said? Jarvis
Jones and Jason Worlds. At the time, Worlds had just had the 7.5 sacks. Jarvis coming off his rookie season, so there wasn't a proven at either one per se. You know what I mean? Because even with Worlds, he was still, opposite of Whitley, but it was like, hey, this is the first time we ever seen that. So for me, it was like, all right, tell me I'm gonna get this opportunity, and I get here in the first 3 games. I'm like, bro, 1, 3 snaps, 2 snaps, bro. What we doing? But then it changed because of the injury, and it allowed me to open up that door, and then the rest is kind of history right there. But for Melvin, that could easily have been the same thing. You feel like, hey, I'm going to get a chance to compete. Got a young kid right here in terms of Alex Highsmith, not really proven, but we're optimistic about him.
Mm-hmm.
And so far early in the season, it was good in terms of their usage, right?
Yeah, because of the injuries too.
Right, the injuries, the opener, like everything, at least it was still like, all right, all these guys are getting their opportunity. They're all eating. Everybody's good. And then it just kind of shifts.
Was it just the Seahawks game?
To
Because
me, I thought the Seahawks game was like that was the one.
I think Broncos, he still got around 40 or 50%.
It was the Seahawks game where it just drastically shifted, and that just so happened that was Highsmith's breakout game. But if you're Melvin, you're like, bro, if that's his breakout game, my numbers are still like his numbers, and I'm playing 10% less snaps. Because I think the breakdown, TJ's playing like 90% of the snaps. Highsmith was at 60s, low 70s.
Is that total? Because he was, I think he was 100 in that Seahawks game.
No, I'm talking about just percentages throughout the season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because he was at like 70%, and then Melvin was at like 50%. So they're not far apart. But if you're Melvin and you're looking at Highsmith, you might be saying to yourself, well, he's getting these snaps. He's only rushing on the outside, but my numbers are just as good. And going into the Browns game, they were almost identical. I think Highsmith had 11 tackles. Melvin had 10. Highsmith had 1.5 sack. Melvin had 1 sack. Like everything was pretty much spot on with those two individuals right there.
The only thing was Highsmith maybe missing the game. Was that it?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was an unfortunate situation. I think the Steelers were in a lose-lose because you hear what Tomlin says all the time. We want volunteers, not hostages. So if you keep him around, he's still kind of unhappy. You don't really want that for your locker room. But then you don't want to trade him. You don't want to lose the depth and what he meant to the team. Yeah. So it was just tough. It was a tough situation we were in.
Now, what did you think about when he was taking the little shot at free agents, man? He was like, this is why we prefer to build through the draft.
I wonder who that was a shot at. Probably people that talk about signing all these people all the time, like me and any other media member, right?
I was low-key like, well, dang, Coach T, tell me how you really feel, bro. I want homegrown either, bro. Like, you don't like me? You don't you don't want me? Coach, you told me you cared about me, man. You was like, yo, you here. We here. We won. You know, just checking. But yeah.
Maybe that's not good news for potential DJs or Odell signing.
Because as soon as I saw that, I was like, well, does that mean these receivers are off the board? Because both of those receivers bring something to the table now. As excited as we were in terms of talking about DJs, right? Deshaun Jackson, receiver that used to be with the LA Rams. With him, obviously we wanted him. We were like, man, is that somebody we would potentially trade for? We talked about, I think, Melvin Ingram, sending him out there or sending Ebron out there, right? To get D-Jack. Now that he's released, he's ultimately like freely available. And for us, when we were just talking about him, it was like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. I mean, if you're looking at his role, he will be the third receiver, right? He's the guy that could take the top off the defense. He provides that. And we were saying that if Ray McLeod is the guy they're trying to use in that area, but we don't think he's nowhere near as effective as Deshaun Jackson would be there, it would be a no-brainer. Why don't you just pick up Deshaun? Well, I was all for that until the OBJ news broke, you know, where they're telling basically, hey, man, OBJ, you can go home for the day. We don't. You're okay. Go home. Hey, take the day off. Hey, Deke, man, you good? Take the day off, bro. Don't trip. Take the day off. Relax. It's like, dang. Now they're saying that, you know, he's gonna be available. So now, to me, if we were gonna go the receiver route, if I could pick between Deshaun Jackson,
right,
and Odell Beckham Jr., yeah, I think this is an easy one for me. I'm gonna go with OBJ. But obviously, that's a very volatile situation as well, though. I think with both of those players is volatile. If we're being real about it, bro.
Right. From a locker room chemistry momentum standpoint, how much do we want to rock the boat right now?
That's a big rocking. Like a leaf, say, rock the boat, rock the boat.
Think of the payoffs, though. Now, Odell, there were those rumors. Was it 2 years ago when he was in Pittsburgh, when we played against him?
I don't remember.
He says to Tomlin, come save me.
Come get me? Come say, he's a come get me
I think it was. I think it was when we had Ducker Mason and they came here.
Because I know that was Earl Thomas. Earl was telling everybody, come get me. Him and his brother. So if OBJ if OBJ said, you know, I'm down, man, you just never know.
Do you remember that?
It sounds familiar. I just can't like pinpoint it, but it sounds vaguely familiar.
And I remember when there were talks about OBJ, and this was 2 years ago, this has been like a constant thing with him with the Browns. Like, when are they going to move him? Are they going to release him? What teams would be interested in trading for him? I think it was like us, the Patriots, Saints, Packers, like the 4 teams OBJ would be interested in going to. So I wonder, we talk about Tomlin and how good he is with players and how he could galvanize locker rooms and how distractions like this don't really get leaked to the media, or at least they're pushed down a little bit more than they should be. We talk about AB. Even like this scenario, Zach Banner said in the interview, is like, it's actually a good thing that this Ingram situation didn't blow up more than what it could have. And he's like, that's just a testament to Tomlin right here. So I could see it working. It could be, it would definitely be worth the risk, I think. Odell Beckham, I think it could be.
Now, this is
Deshaun Jackson, he's bounced around team to team over these past like 10 years. Whereas like Beckham, Browns organization, not getting the ball, Baker, could we just chalk it to that? Although he was somewhat of a distraction with the Giants.
Yeah. Well, and I will say this, even though he necessarily didn't directly say any of the things yesterday, it's the passive aggressive approach, right? No different like when people would get on Ben about doing his radio show and it was like, well, he doesn't necessarily call these guys out, but he's saying certain things that he knows is going to get noticed. When I think of OBJ and everything that happened yesterday, LeBron with his post, Odell Beckham's dad with his post, and then you got
That's bad.
You know what I mean, like when I'm looking, I'm like, yo, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to insulate yourself and say it wasn't me, but you're not going to tell me that your dad made this video.
He said he expects to still play this week.
Exactly. So it's like you do all these things to get the point out there, to get the message out there. None of these people are going to do that without you at least acknowledging them to say, hey, you got the green light. Everything is good.
That's a good point. LeBron James isn't doing that if it's
exactly,
like,
bro.
Man, I don't want to screw you up.
Right.
You know, I know about what.
Or your dad, like, bro, you know how this going to come off. You know they're going to kill me for this. They're going to say this is my fault. Don't do that. Or was it him or his girlfriend liking the post and putting the 100 emojis anytime there's people bashing Baker? It's like, bro, you necessarily didn't say it, but you're getting your message out there. And once again, if you wanted to clear it up, this is 2021. You could easily go out there and say, hey, look, man, I have zero problem. I want to be here. I'm committed to this team. Whatever they're saying, they don't speak for me. He didn't do that, though.
No.
You can't be silent with all this noise going on around you, especially from people in your inner circle. And that, to me, you know, is where this becomes a little bit janky. Yeah. Because now when I think of OBJ, I say to myself, if we bring him here, is he going to get upset if Ben misses him?
Right.
Is he going to get upset? Because we know.
Whereas I don't think any of that's going on with the offense right now.
Correct. Right now, I think the guys understand the situation and they're fine with it. And they know, okay, Ben's not going to be perfect. He's not going to hit as high of a clip, but he still can get us when we have to have it. I don't know necessarily if OBJ or Deshaun Jackson are going to be as understanding of that. And especially at their stages in their career, because you got to remember, our receivers currently are young. They haven't been in this league. They're still wet behind the ears. They still have a college type mentality. Whereas OBJ and Deshaun Jackson, they operate from a business mentality, more of a mercenary standpoint. So when they come here, it's for one reason only, to put up numbers, because that's going to help them get paid again somewhere else. So it's just a difference in the sense of urgency. No different we talk about with Melvin, right? That's what we said with Melvin. He felt that urgency of, yo, I need these snaps. I need to get out there. Yeah. Whereas a guy like Highsmith, if you're saying to him, hey, we're going to, dial back a little bit just so we can get Melvin more, Highsmith isn't going to trip the same way, because for him,
he still got 2 more years.
I got 2 more years and I'm a part of this family. Like this, we're here together. We're building like college, right? We got the unity 4 or 5 years together. Melvin, you don't have to buy into that, because it's a different approach when you're the guy coming in here on a 1-year deal. So when I think of OBJ and I think of Deshaun, as much as I love their talent, that's my biggest fear with both of them here.
I agree with you, because on the surface, as soon as you say, hey, could we sign Deshaun Jackson? Could we sign OBJ? I'm saying, hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Odell Beckham probably wouldn't be our third receiver. It'd be...
Yeah, he might bump up the...
At this stage in the game, between him, Claypool, and Deontay, I don't know who you would say is one, but I think it'd be more equal versus if we have Deshaun Jackson. He's more or less wide receiver 3, the guy that's the deep threat. Mm-hmm. That's the one concern, is you're right. We do have this momentum. I think there's a vibe right now.
I got a question. E. Jenkins just brought this up in the chat. He says OBJ can kick. So does that change in terms of the value that he would bring? Because you know our situation at kicker right now.
I mean, get his joke.
You know?
He kicked that net. Has he actually kicked field goals, though?
He used to play soccer. They have a video of, but it was during the summer. It was a workout vid. But he did actually like kick a legit field goal. Because he has soccer background, dude, if I remember correctly.
So he might even be better than Harvin at that.
At kicking, not punting. Yes.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Kicking field goals.
Yeah.
We just need to get a holder, though. Cam Sutton, hopefully he's getting those reps.
Well, I mean, since he's not kicking fingers, you can have 7 down there. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you, though. That's the one thing that concerns me a little bit. Obviously, if we sign either one of them, I'm amped up. But would we be surprised if something happened 6 weeks down the line where Jackson or Odell was a little disgruntled over some things? I'm going to lean on Tomlin, though. I'm going to lean on the Steelers organization. If he gets released and he signs here, I feel like you got to know what you're signing up for at this stage in the game.
Yeah.
At this point in the season.
But once again, though,
if it was like Melvin before the season, I can kind of get that.
Things evolve, things change. I think of last year, inside linebacker. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. We signed him. Oh my goodness, what's the kid? Oh, we're drawing a blank on him. Came from Tennessee. No, he was with the Jets. Started in Tennessee, was with the Jets. Oh my god, it wasn't linebacker we signed last year, man. Inside linebacker.
Oh wow, you forget this.
Yeah, what's his name?
Avery Williamson.
I kept thinking Witherspoon. I'm like, it's not Witherspoon. But with Avery Williamson, right? Remember when he first got here, the expectation was what? We traded for him. He's about to play a lot. Didn't see the field at all. Then towards the end, he's starting, right? Playing. We thought he was playing well. Then you get to the playoff game, back off the field, Spillane is out there, right? So as a player, even though you might know what we initially came here for, things can change. But if you're not happy with how they're changing it, you don't necessarily feel that the change is like warranted, that's going to cause some issues. We know that. So if you're OBJ and you're saying to yourself, man, when I'm watching these guys, I feel like I'm better than them, because that's the mentality, right? As an athlete, you always feel like you're just better than the next man. If that's his mentality, then that's not gonna, you know what I mean? That's always gonna have an issue if he's not out there, or if he's not playing to what's gonna satisfy his craving. You know what I mean? And that's the part where I just feel like it's only gonna create more issues, because I don't see us, regardless if we were to pick up either one of those guys, I don't see them diminishing Deontay's role, and I don't see them diminishing Claypool's role. So either way, whether it's by default or just by our loyalty to those receivers right now, I just don't see how OBJ in particular would have a bigger role or be featured more. Now, I do think he would still get more targets than what he's getting in Cleveland.
That's what I'm thinking.
Cleveland's getting 1 target, 0 targets. Like that, to me.
But think of how much it would open up the offense, maybe.
No question.
For Najee.
That's what Cleveland talks about. You listen to Stefanski, and he's like, I understand, it's frustrating that OBJ's not getting these targets, but you look at the attention he draws. You look at how he opens. I talked about going into that game, right? If he's out there on the field, you're not playing a ton of single high safety, because you have to respect what he can do. And that opens up that running game, because now you're always going to have numbers in the box. So that part is definitely there. But I just feel like, man, if he was here, we would definitely give him, he'd get about at least three targets a game. He could at least get
I think he would get at least 5 or 6.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't know how many, because if he's getting 5, Deontay getting 5, Claypool getting 5, Najee getting 10, Pat getting 7, you know what I mean? I don't want to stone the ball.
He's still probably gonna get like 8 or something though. He's like Ben's favorite target.
Gets his, man.
Yeah. You would have to think. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You'd put him on the field at least 60-70% of the time. Yeah.
And
that lineup
he's playing though. He's been out there.
Right.
He's not getting targeted though.
Right. So if he's out there 60% but getting targeted more, maybe that's a big upgrade. A happy medium.
Absolutely.
Deontay, Odell, Claypool, Frymouth, Najee out there.
Insane. Sick. Let's go.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Najee will thrive the most, because he's never going to face a pack box anymore. You can't pack a box with that group. Can't do it.
So it makes sense football-wise. I mean, I'd be all for it. I would be all for it. You could see how it could go south. I'd be willing to take the risk, though. I would be. Especially if he legitimately said to Tomlin, like, hey, come get me, come save me, then he's got to have a certain respect for him, and maybe even like the Steelers organization. I think he would at least buy in from now to the end of the season, no matter what happened.
That's just dicey. It's very dicey. And especially with how the group is going right now. I feel like we got
That's what I mean. We got momentum. We got chemistry right now.
We're rolling. I don't know if I necessarily want to mess that up with Deshaun Jackson or Odell Beckham Jr. or Odell Beckham Sr. because I feel like it's a package deal. I feel like if I get OBJ, I got to get OBS. Is that the truth? Do they come together, or can I leave the senior in Cleveland or wherever he's at and just take? If
something starts going south, we could have a Sam Highsmith versus Odell Beckham Sr. fight or something.
Well, I got my money on Big Sam because I know Big Sam. We don't know Big Odell. We know Big Sam. All right, and I like Alex versus Odell if we're talking a good old fisticuffs.
We could do Alex versus Ingram maybe too on the side.
You are wild. And Cassius Morris is the referee? Celebrity guest referee?
I think me versus Marsh on the undercard.
Oh, man.
That's probably it. I mean, that would be epic. That'd be an epic boxing
As long as Taco Meat Deke shows up to that, I like you. All right? If Taco Meat Deke don't show, it's a wrap.
Who are you facing? Dalvin Cook?
I'm mopping him. I'm sorry.
I think he's the only guy. I mean, you've thrown shots at Trubisky before, but he's on the bill. Oh, no, he got traded.
He's where's he at now? Not
Washington.
Washington, yeah. I don't have an issue with Trubisky, though. I really don't. Yeah, I don't know who my issue will be with. You probably go Dalvin. I guess it's about, and it's not even like an issue. It's just like I don't know. I just like, I respect his game because I always include him in my list of running backs. I'm not a Dalvin Cook fan, though. Just, some people are just like, oh my God, I love this guy, man. He's top 5. I'm just like, I personally, I'm not there.
He's hurt a lot.
Yeah, he definitely is. But we got time, man. We're going to get some more of these chats in. And then after that, like we said, man, we'll be joined by Terence Garvin, former Pittsburgh Steelers, West Virginia Mountaineer at 6 o'clock. And then from there, man, we will get into our full game breakdown preview. I was about to say breakdown, preview, recap, but we just previewing and breaking it down. We not recapping just yet. But yeah, that's going to be a dope situation.
Let me know where you're at. I'm at Byron Q, 55.
Oh, yeah, you down there. All right, bet. What's on you? I got 2 ahead of you, so we're good.
It's been a good chat today.
Absolutely, man. David Dupe, D.D. Smalls hits me with the Favre versus Moats, the rematch.
That's not bad.
I'm mopping him too, just throwing that out.
That's not a bad one.
I like me against a lot of people that aren't killers. If you're not one of them D-line linebackers, if you ain't got that dog, if you ain't had a little blood in your mouth, I ain't right.
You versus Steve Smith. He's smaller than you, but you said he's got that mentality.
two people that I don't mess with. Steve Smith, Pac-Man Jones. They off my list. I tell you, I've talked smack to plenty of players.
The measurables are in your favor.
The measurables are very much in my favor, but it's every once in a while you start talking about the size of the dog and the fight and all that, and it really never matters. Cause you're like, bro, I'm a Rottweiler. I'm all in that. But it's certain ones you're like, Steve, nah, Pac-Man, nah. Y'all track record just a little too real for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and Wiseman once said you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. So yeah, for me, I'm like, man, y'all the only 2. I'm cool. I ain't tripping because there's a lot of other ones on the list of yeses, but those 2, we good. Put them over there.
Moats versus Favre would be good.
I like that though.
Yeah, you would take him right now, obviously. Yeah, and you would have taken him at any point. There was probably a state Jacked Favre maybe in the 90s, kind of.
I like Jets Favre. New Jersey Jets Favre. Yeah, he might get me. He was a little wild, you know what I'm saying? I ain't that wild. He a little more wild than me. So he might get me that one. Yeah.
So you think he'd have that mentality?
He just ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous person. That's all I'm saying, man. Yeah. When you get to that extent, like I don't get there often. I'm not there. I still got stuff to lose. So I'm good. I know it's a level that I'm not gonna cross. But for those, hey man, Jets Favre, come on, bro. Jets Favre was on his last leg, man. Jets Favre was like, yo, I'm out here, bro. I'm in these streets. What's good? So for me, I don't need that anymore.
You're right. Nothing to lose. He comes back next year, Minnesota, and that's probably his best season ever.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna pass on that one.
Now, I'm at Brian Q. Is there one in between?
Yes. Let's see, because that was from Tyree McClendon. The next one is from Let's Go UW. Let's Go UW, and we appreciate your support as always. Let's Go UW. He says, it seems like this is a recent trend with free agents signed by Pittsburgh, where it doesn't last for long. That being said, please don't sign OBJ, Mr. One Catch One. Oh, man, they hit him with the one catch wonder. Yikes!
I do think.
Yikes!
Probably with how his career played out, he's a little overrated for the hype he gets. He's still a damn good receiver.
Yeah,
though.
I would agree. I think that he is really good, and as a player that has watched him on tape, bro, he is scary as heck because he could do so much, right? In terms of route running, just him with the ball and things like that. But at the same time, I know when
he hasn't done shit against us.
Like
I know
when
that.
AB was here, we would always still feel like, yo, as much hype as OBJ gets, we got the best receiver in the league, and it's not a debate. Even though people think that was after the whole catch, and oh man, Odell, it was like, bro, we feel like we got this guy here. So I am with you in terms of some of the hype that he's received, because since then it hasn't really been as consistent, as productive. But to me, just as a pure, so like in terms of just watching him as a receiver, his route running, what he could do with the ball, like that part, you can't really question that to me. Like the dude got that part.
It would be a benefit to the Steelers.
I agree.
If everything else off the field, potential issues weren't happening, then it's almost a no-brainer in my opinion.
And hold on, let's go UW though, because I gotta figure out your timeline here. Now you said it's a recent trend of free agents signed here in Pittsburgh. How recent you talking about, man?
You weren't one and done though.
Huh? I almost was.
You were.
I was on the cusp. We was like Atlanta.
If Jarvis Jones doesn't get hurt, are we seeing a Melvin Ingram situation from you?
Wifey was pregnant, bro. It's a strong possibility. That's all I'm saying. I had
week 8, week 9.
Listen, I had at the time we came here. Let's see, I had a 7.
That would have been right around Ben through those 6 touchdowns.
I had an 8-year-old. No, I had a 7-year-old and a 1-year-old at the time, and then wifey was pregnant mid-season. So yeah. It would the pressure, the way these things got to coming out when I signed here, it was like, bro, dog eat dog. I don't know you. You not my. If your number ain't in my phone, you not my man's. That was my rule, bro. So yeah. I was about 2 more weeks away from flipping out. I literally remember before that Carolina Panthers game, this funny thing. Me and my mom always joke about it. So she's down there for the game. And me and her, we would always like, all right, she in town, we're going to go get dinner or something before the game. So we're eating. And she's like, I got to give it to you. You're good. You're like a legit, professional. I was like, what you talking about, Mom? She was like, well, because you actually like studying. You out here, we're at dinner. You're drinking water and Pedialyte. She was like, you only played about 5 snaps total these first 2 games. And I'm like, yo, Mom, bruh. She's like, you done played like 5 snaps total. You should be hydrated still from them guys. I'm like, yo, Mom, like for real? Like you about to pay for this dinner if you keep talking reckless to me like that. But it was funny because who would have thought that literally that game would be for me where I got that opportunity where somebody got hurt and I was thrown into the action. But then because I produced the way I did, it worked out. And after the game, we laughed because she's like, well, see, I'm glad that you were a professional and not listening to me because this could have been bad. But dude, yeah, man, we're about a week away, man. It was getting there. It was definitely getting there.
That's a critical point in the Moats movie.
Yeah,
whenever it's made, that scene right there. You guys are just out to eat.
I'll never forget it, man. Charlotte, North Carolina. We was in that little restaurant. Yep. She's like, I don't know why you doing that. You still hydrated. You only played about 5 plays the first 2 games. Like, Mom, bruh. Like, chill. Too honest today, Mom. Too honest.
Brian Q, am I good?
Yes, you are.
What's good, Deke and Moats? I'm going to... No, what is this? Is this the same guy? No, he says... No, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm going to the Lions game. Mm-hmm. I hope to see. I thought I was expecting to hear something about parking garage, red lot.
No, different. So not this week because this week we got the Monday night versus the Bears. That's the following week, Sunday versus the Lions. Yeah, we're gonna be out there. He says
I'm bringing some good for you guys.
Let's get it then, player. We down for the get down, all the shenanigans. But yeah, I'll actually have the flyer for that. I'll post that in the community page as well. So right now, if you look in the community page, you will see the flyer for this week's game, the Monday nighter versus the Bears. We down there. Red lot 5A shenanigans all on a thigh wow. So definitely, make sure you tuning in, or at least you're down there for that, because that's gonna be fun.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Oh yeah,
night game.
Yeah, and I ain't been down there in a minute too, man. It's been a little while. It's been a little while since Mr. Most has stepped out.
We've been holding it down, dude.
Yeah, you have. I appreciate you too, man.
No problem.
So yeah, so there we go there, and then we got James Panzarelli.
Panzarelli. Yeah. Is this the last one?
Mm-hmm. And it's perfect timing actually because it's 55.
Nice. Missed the last couple shows, but I'm here now. Loving taco meat Deke's drip.
Ooh, let's go.
He is going on. Got me hype.
Well, he's doing it for Taco Charlton. That's why he brought the taco meat out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's a taco supporter. He said he's not Cassius, but he can't root for Tuska because he already took shots at Tuska. So he said he's a taco guy. So here we go.
What'd you think of how he played? Did you look back on the tape and analyze him?
I'm always gonna look back on the tape. You know me, player.
I just saw some. No, the reason I ask is I saw some stuff pop up on social media, and some people were saying like, "Oh man, Charlton had a really amazing game."
You have to remember how we do this.
And even Tom was saying, I think Taco's play was adequate and stuff.
We know how when we're referring to players on the heels of a player leaving, how we're going to talk about said player. So even though I thought he played well. I definitely had no faults with him, but it was 10 plays. So my thing is, as much as we try to hype it and praise it to that extent, to me, I think you do more harm than good, because now you set a false expectation for him going forward. When you think about Taco, remember, he was drafted before TJ Watt. He's been around the league a couple of times now. He has never consistently produced to that level. Now, I hope that changes, but for me, that's why I'm a little bit more reserved in my judgment on him, because I can't just get hype over those 10 plays and act as if what's happened these past years for him isn't still there. Now, like I said, I hope that this is the fire for him that changes and gets him going, but I just haven't seen that before with him. And like I said on Sunday, it was such a small sample size, and obviously he was hungry. He looked hungry. He looked like he was excited to be out there, which was good. But I'm like, man, you could have been out there every single play. You're a first round draft pick for a reason. The physical ability is there.
Oh, yeah.
The question is, can you put it together consistently in gotta have it situations? Performance under pressure, what we always talk about, right? To me, that's where I need to see more of. And we're going to get that truth about him as the season progresses. But for me, it was just like, I can't, the way I was hearing Coach T and obviously how the people were talking, you make it sound like he's better than Melvin Ingram right now. And I was like, I can't go there.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Like I said, I like his game, but I'm just not committed to him.
The question is, though, do you feel like that performance at least lessens the blow of us losing Ingram? Because Ingram was a legit rotational guy for us, or at least he could have been. We weren't playing him like that the last couple of games, but he could have at least been 50, 60%. Wouldn't really felt like we lost a beat. But if Highsmith plays we'll just say if Highsmith can play 90%, TJ Watt can play 90%, they're healthy, and Taco gets these 10 snaps, maybe it bumps up to 20. Yeah. Does that lessen the blow a little? I feel like it has to.
Yeah, but
if he keeps playing like this,
if he's playing like this, and this we're talking about 10 plays, can he do that for 20 plays every game? Because with Melvin, it's already been proven. Melvin has shown he could do that not just for 20, he could do it for 60 if he needed to, right? With Taco, we just never have seen it. That's my only thing. So what's to separate his 10 plays from when Derek Tuska came in? I think it was either Raiders or Bengals game when I was telling you, I was like, yo, Tuska played his tail off. He was a productive player in this game. But I wasn't willing to say, oh, he's the third rusher. You weren't willing to say that either.
Hell no.
But with Taco, because of a draft status in 10 plays and we just traded Melvin, now we're going to essentially do exactly what we weren't going to do for Derek, we're going to do for Taco. That's why I'm like, I'm slow to join on that thing, man. I ain't ready to just jump on that just yet, man.
The Melvin loss, even outside of Taco, is lessened a lot if just TJ Watt and Highsmith are healthy, though.
Yeah.
That's really it.
And that's what we're banking on right now. Can they stay healthy?
That's it.
And we will see, man. We will see. But it is about that time, man, to hop on the phone lines with the homie TG, Terence Garvin. He actually just texted me to make sure that we were good. Look at him being a professional today.
It should be a good one.
Better be. What should I ask him?
Huh?
What should we ask him?
I don't know. Well, that's the chat. We got no questions.
Hey, Terence, we're just going to call you. We don't really have anything to talk about. I just wanted to hear my homie's voice. So, yeah. Not like anything interesting happened with linebackers in Pittsburgh this week.
Nah. Jacob Malacio's here.
Finally. Thank you, Jacob. We've been waiting on you. My friend. Now the streak can continue. If you didn't tap in, we were going to blame this loss on you if it happened.
Yeah.
But now we're good. So we appreciate you. All right, let's call up T Jizzle. And let me make sure I get my banner up. So now we're good. Bam. Bro, what FaceTime that man?
We got Jay Quest. Ask him if he's happy Ingram left.
Oh, you got to make sure we turned up over there?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, get me right. Get me right. Get me right. There it is.
Hello?
Is that man? Is that Terence Garvin?
Don't cross the moat.
Ladies and gentlemen, the homie is on with us. Terence Garvin, former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker, West Virginia Mountaineer, the man, the myth.
Locker mate.
Jeez. He's seen the struggle. He's seen the struggle.
My locker mate. What's happening? How you feel today?
Hey man, I'm alive. I'm well. Yeah. I'm recovering. Yeah. Slowly but surely. You good on your end? We saw Rodgers just got the Rona. Make sure you good.
Man, bro.
Everybody
Rodgers got the Rona. We lost Devontae last week.
It might be. It's a Wisconsin thing, bro. Got it. It's a Wisconsin thing because that's when I got my Rona. Remember, I was in Wisconsin when I came
You went to
back.
Wisconsin,
bro.
Yeah,
you're right. It might. It's a Wisconsin thing, bro.
Okay, so we figured it out. We found
it's a Wisconsin thing, bro.
They need away games the rest of the year. They need away game. So, hey, maybe that's a perfect reason not to go there.
See?
But Aaron Rodgers to Pitt next year, man. Did I start something?
Let's go. It's a certain person on this show.
You're saying the wrong thing, man.
I'm saying the wrong thing.
Man. You're preaching to the choir on one end, but the other end of this, arrangement here isn't too fond. But you got to
I'm a 7 guy, man.
No. He's a Kenny Pickett guy as well.
Nah, in college.
Yeah, he's a Kenny Pickett guy as well.
Because I went to Pitt. So, we already went over this.
I'm sorry about that. We got that. I apologize to you.
Are you talking about last game? Or just in general? Because we're doing a little better than West Virginia this year.
Pick a category.
We're about to win the ACC still.
Lifetime. You know what I mean? Whenever you want it,
I like how we ain't even 5 minutes in and y'all already going Pitt, West Virginia. Jeez.
Well, there's that, and then he says the A-Rod stuff for Steelers quarterback next year. I'm all over the place right now.
Deke feeling attacked.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Let's go, man. But look, man, we got to talk, man, because obviously the Steelers had a big move yesterday. Traded Melvin Ingram to the Kansas City Chiefs for a 6th-round draft pick. But just as a whole, man, what were your thoughts on the trade? Would you have done it? Did you like the move? Share what you're thinking on it, man.
Yeah. Initially, I thought Pitt had lost the trade. Initially, I was like, they lost. They gave away Ingram. Yep. They had spent some money for it. They had lost the trade. But now, when I looked at it, I kind of read about it. I think Pitt did well because they got something for him. You know what I mean? Very easily, you could have just let him go. He could have just rode off and went to Kansas City or wherever he wanted to go. He could have went to Baltimore. He could have went a lot of places. You know what I mean? Know a couple of the secrets of the defense. That's dangerous. So it's like I thought them being able to just get a draft pick for him was a boost. I thought that was a good thing. I thought they were able to win the trade in the sense of being able to get a draft pick and being able to move forward through that. You know what I mean? I think whenever you got somebody, he's 31, 32, when you got somebody a little bit older like that, their trade value goes down. You know what I mean? No matter what.
Especially a 1-year deal, too. Yeah. That's what he was on.
Not to change subject. I was just getting into it. I'm like, that Von Miller trade is a good trade. I just don't know if I'd have gave a 2nd and a 3rd for a 32-year-old. You know what I mean? When you start getting older, it's like you got to think about the future with those trades. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So I thought absolutely, they slow down.
Yeah. No matter what, it's still the game. You know what I mean? A lot of contact. You've kind of built a team. You got to think Kansas City has Frank Clark over there. They got Javon Reed over there. They got
Chris
some
Jones
pieces
down in the inside as well. So
So they got some pieces in terms of their pass rush. They got some pieces in terms of their pass rush they've already built. So it's kind of like he's coming into a role over there where it's going to be interesting to see how they use him. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the whole thing. I heard the whole thing was he didn't like his role per se, but it's intriguing to know what do you see your role or what could be your role at certain ages. That's how the league kind of starts to get. So I think Pitt won the trade. I think it was a good trade for everybody. You know what I mean? You get that out. He gets a fresh start. They get a new draft pick. Just keep on keeping on.
Now, did you have an issue with him being traded to a division, or not a division opponent, but an AFC team, right?
KC.
It's Kansas City, right? I mean, we finally got them down. They finally got a down season. It's looking like maybe one or.
Have they figured it out? Have we figured it out?
They figured out 500. That's what they figured out so far.
Okay.
But you don't want to help them per se. But what were your thoughts on them sending him directly to Kansas City, though, man?
I'm okay. I mean, it's better than, like I said, like a Baltimore. It's better than going to a direct division rival. I think at the same time they wanted to get something for him. I'm sure that's why it took the time that it took. I'm sure they called NFC teams. I'm sure, you know what I mean, the other side, does anybody want this? And it's like that just happened to be the trade that they were able to get, it seemed like. So it's like I say, you're able to get something for him. You know what I mean? If you just give him away, he just leaves and goes on. He can go wherever you want to go. You know what I mean? You can go to a Baltimore, you can go to a Cincy, you can just stay inside the total division. So it's like, I think that's not bad. You know what I mean? You get something for him, good trade. Everybody gets to restart. He gets to go and get his role, maybe the role that he seeks, which is a blessing to him. And it's kind of like Pittsburgh gets that draft pick and they get to move on as well.
Now, when we look in this room now, now we're just looking at TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith as the starters, and then it's Derek Tuska and Taco Charlton.
Okay.
How you feeling about that depth behind Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all right. You know what I mean? And Pitt kind of usually runs a little 3-man system anyway. You know what I mean? Even though it could be 4 and 5 in there, it's usually about a 3-man rotation. So you got TJ, you got TJ. You feel me? You got TJ. That's a hot one.
Gotta have him.
Got that. You
gotta have him.
You know what I mean? And it's like you got Highsmith. Highsmith. I'm sorry, like that. Highsmith. And it's like you still got Taco. So I thought Taco played good last week.
Yeah.
I thought he had a good game. He's an upcoming person. He's playing hard. He's got good size.
Great
when
size.
He was in
he got that first round draft pick size. You know what that looked like?
When he was in Kansas City, they kind of kicked him inside. So he would play like the D line a little bit.
Almost like a Cam plays here.
Yeah, so it's kind of like him going back to that edge. You know, he's heavy hand. He's going to be strong out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's going to be able to set edges. He give you a little bit of that bud, and he play hard. He's fast and physical. So I think that's a good, you know what I mean, a good substitute, a good replacement per se, a next man up for the situation that they're in. Like, you know what I mean? You got somebody that's still hungry. He still wants to show what he can do. He had talent. It's a first rounder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a shot for him. This is his moment. You know what I mean? He get to heat it up in Pittsburgh, and hopefully you learn the system and just keep riding.
So we eating tacos, and that's what we going with. Okay. Taco, what up then? Taco, what up?
I think it's Taco. I love his chain, bro. I'm forever a Taco fan. He got the taco chain. I think that's so dope, bro.
The details.
I love the chain. The taco chain. You feel me? Until you're like, what's your chain? That's my name, Taco. I love it. He give a sack and he give out tacos. I love it. I love it. I'm a fan.
His celebration is hard. I make a lot. I like
his celebration. His celebration is
hard.
Hey, side note. As a player, everybody listen, your celebration has to be dope. Like, stick with something that the people
celebration.
That the people can do. You need something the people can do. If you get something the people can do, the people will do it with you. Facts. And you can just run with it. You feel me? Come on.
I appreciate you because you guided me. You helped me.
Bro,
these are
we
the
used
details.
To work your celebration
we did.
Every week.
We went through this.
You have to stick
and we found
with
something. We went through it until we found it.
You had the action, right?
Yeah. But we had to go through it. We had, all right, we'll go. Let's try this one this week. Nah, that ain't your look right there. That ain't the one. All right, try this one.
That wasn't it.
All right. I mean, kind of, but not really. Then we settled and was like, yo, that's the one. That's it.
That's the one. I need the NFT photos. I need a piece of that.
Let's get it.
So you gotta just stick with one, get one that's nice and neat, something the fans can do, and run with it. You know what I mean? Run with it. Stick with yourself. I love that TJ does that same thing. Like now he got little kids doing it on Halloween. It's like you can run with it. Come on, kick it in.
Let's get it, man. Now, transition a little bit, man, before we start, because we got to ask you about this game too coming up, right? Bears still, we got to talk that. But before we get there, Devin Bush, Robert Spillane, man, they've recently been splitting reps at some points, right? Where Spillane has carved out a little bit of a role in some of their smaller dime packages and pass situations. Just what are your thoughts on those two guys, having a shared role in a sense? And do you think Devin Bush can get back to having a job 100%?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's intriguing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Devin Bush being the first round draft pick is like you invest for a 3-down linebacker. But I think that it's great that Spillane's able to do it. I think the way he's running the system, in a sense, you can see he's comfortable. I think they're comfortable with him, and I think he's comfortable in there. So I think it's a trust thing. You know what I mean? Like I believe like they really just trust him on third down to run that third down unit. I think they're building something. And it's kind of like when you find a package that you like and you trust and believe in, you feel can get off the field, you stick with it. So I think he's hot right now. I'm sure Bush will be back in on third down in a sense throughout the year. You know what I mean? I'm sure that's not just going to be the total third down package. Like one thing about Coach T, he gonna draw it up. So it's kind of like I think he'll get back in there. I'm sure they'll figure something out. I think they're just trying to. Right now, it's just about wins. It's getting off the field. So they're still trying to identify, I believe, his strength on third down. You know what I mean? Whether it's still in the blitz game or whatever, his strength's going to be in third down.
What do you think it's going to be for him, though? When you watch him, what do you think?
I just think he's a blitz. I think he's a downhill type guy. You know what I mean? I think he's still trying to figure out how to cover. I think covering is way more than speed. Like, it's fast people that kind of can't cover. It's fast people who can cover. It's some technique to that. So I think he's still trying to learn his technique. I watched in camp. He tries to do a lot of catch technique and different things. I think he's just trying to figure out his comfort level. Yeah. These tight ends are fast. You know what I mean? There's guys out here that can run. So it's kind of like you got to have some technique to that. You got to know when to move your feet. You got to know when to sit, when the break route's going to come. So it's kind of like he's just learning. That's still part of growth and development. I think that's something Spillane kind of has a little bit is his coverage. You know what I mean? I think that's a little bit more of his strength. So I feel like he's trying to work strengths and weaknesses right now, just trying to get wins.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? He's in there just trying to get wins. He's doing what he got to do to get wins. So I'm sure you'll see Bush back in on third down. I'm sure this is right now what it is, but I'm sure you'll see him start to get back in on third down in some capacity on that defense.
So we still optimistic about him then, right?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, just making sure. Because I know some people throwing the bus label on him. Some people try to put the bust on him. We just checking.
Is he a bust or is he just a really high draft pick? You know what I mean?
When you move up to 10th in the draft to get a player, that's, the expectations. You know how that go.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's kind of like what eye are you looking for, too?
Right.
You feel me? It's like, it's tough. Like, I think we just had a Shazier. You've had Timmons. You've had some hot guys in that middle. You've had some, I'm in here every game, and I'm going to give you a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those aren't normal people. I was having that comment today. I'm like, Shazier was a really special player.
He was.
You know what I mean? It's rare that you get somebody mentally, physically that's just totally invested. Like, he was a special player. Yeah. LT was a special player. He's a special.
Law dog. Come on now.
Dog. You feel me? Like, 10 years, I'm going to be there every game and physical. Like, those are special units. So it's not that these people aren't special. It's just you got to have the right lens.
Yeah.
Like, let this kid, like, let him grow. Let him keep learning his game. You know what I mean? His game's not going to be a Shazier game or LT game. He's trying to find his game. So it's like they got to figure out where they can use his game. He's still sharpening his toolkit. You know what I mean? So I'm not giving up on him. I like him. I still think he can run. He can hit. He's physical. He's got that dog in him. Like, don't forget what got him picked there. You know what I mean? So.
For sure. Now, Moats hinted at this earlier. Little game preview coming up. Monday Night Football, Steelers versus Bears. Rocking the Color Rush jerseys, too. Can you give us what you think's going to be happening in this one? X factors? What do you see happening?
Must win game to me. I think they have to win that game. I think you have a young quarterback over there in Chicago. I think the defense has to expose that. So to me, it's totally about the defense this week. Like, it's totally on the defense. I think that team, the offensive line isn't that strong. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're not that strong. Like, they're just offensively still, they're totally trying to identify themselves offensively. So I think it's just about getting to that quarterback. I think making him super feel uncomfortable, making him get off the spot. You know what I mean? I think containing him at the same time is super important. But as long as just that quarterback's uncomfortable all game, I think that's majorly important. You know what I mean? I think they just got to continue to run the ball. They're starting to run the ball well. They're starting to really move people off the ball, that offensive line is. So I just think they got to keep polishing that up, keep running the ball, and control the game. You know what I mean? But definitely a must-win. Monday night, must-win. Come on. Come on.
And now you hit it. You alluded to it right there when you said you got to keep, Justin Fields, right? Because he likes to run a little bit there.
He likes to run.
Just talk about, as a guy that is very, very familiar in coverage, very familiar with how that element works. Just talk about the strain a quarterback like him could put on you when you're in coverage and what coverage you can use and can't use, man.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, everything turns into man. Whether you're in a zone or whether you're in man, when you have guys like that, you have to plaster. So it turns into man. So it makes it just makes it tough on you because now you're playing tag with somebody open field. He doesn't have a place he got to go. He could just go anywhere. It's like get open now. You know what I mean? So that's a different strain. So that's why mobile quarterbacks that keep their eyes downfield are dangerous because they buy time for you to get open. You got the Tyler Lockett's of the world. Like once you buy some time, you can't keep up with people like that. You know what I mean? It's people who excel, just thoroughly excel in the scramble drill. So it's like it's always
good old
dangerous.
Scramble drill.
The scramble drill, man. Somebody go deep, somebody come back. Like
it's the worst.
Come on. So you want to keep that in the pocket. You know what I mean? Just make sure you keep that in the pocket. But at the same time, this is a Cam week. So if you say who's his father, I think this is a big Cam week. I think he has to kill the interior. I think the interior has to just eat. You see what I mean? I think that outside has to get their rush. I think that's super important, obviously. But I think you have to contain him more than anything. He can't be breaking outside, breaking pockets, buying more time, running around. You don't want to play that game. You want to keep him in that pocket. You want to make him have to make decisions, but uncomfortable decisions. And I think that's kind of the name of the game for them this week.
Now, the Steelers receivers played pretty good last week. Deontay Johnson. It feels like they're starting to form a little bit of an identity on offense. Yeah. Some of the debate going on in the offseason was like the Steelers have a wide receiver, legitimate like franchise receiver on this roster. Do you see either Claypool or Deontay Johnson in that vein right now?
I mean, it's hard to be that guy. Like, once again, like, it's hard to be like that guy. I think you have a combination of that guy and those guys, if that makes sense. I think you have a Deontay Johnson who can take the top off of you, but he still got that scatty game. He got that hitch and turn a hitch into 12. You know what I mean? You got to respect that. Those hurt. Those hurt. Like, don't sleep on those. You might not have somebody that's going to take a hitch and take it 60. You know what I mean? It's possible, but he's going to take it 12, 14. He's going to make something happen with it. And then you got a Claypool that's a big body. Like, you can do a lot with that. All those digs, you know what I mean? Those posts, like, you just can do some stuff with that. So I think the combination of them two together, you know what I mean? I think is dangerous. You feel me? I think you'll start seeing 14 more. Tell me.
Oh, you talking about Ray McCloud?
We want to see James Washington.
I'm a Ray McCloud. Yeah, I think you'll start seeing Ray a little bit more in that slot. Like, you watch, he makes a lot of. I'm telling you.
What's your case? What's your case for Ray over Washington?
Yeah. I'm a Ray McCloud fan. I think he has a lot of game in there. I think he's just been the return man for a while, but I think you can do a lot with him. He's that gadget guy you're looking for in those sweeps. They give him to Claypool a lot. I think he would be nice in those sweeps, those reverses. Just like his game is a lot of free game, if that makes sense. Like, he likes space and he does well in space. I think he's a good player.
Well, speaking of that, obviously before you had got on, we were talking about two wide receivers that fit that same mold, Deshaun Jackson and Odell Beckham Jr. Since Deshaun is obviously released and OBJ is looking like he might get released. Do you think there would be any interest? Do you think that could even fit? Or would you even be interested in those type of guys coming here to Pittsburgh?
Yes, no.
I would say yes and no.
Of course they fit. These are stars. You know what I mean? Of course they fit. They fit anywhere they go. I think a lot a lot comes with D-Jack. I think D-Jack's a great player. I think he's a great dude. You know what I mean?
I like the caveat. A lot comes with D-Jack.
I just think a lot comes with that, and I think I don't know if that's where that locker room, the strength and maturity is ready for that. You know what I mean? I think they're still a young, especially that receiver room, that's a young nucleus. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they're still trying to figure themselves out. You bring in a big dog like that, a real Rottweiler like that just takes a lot of command. I think that could potentially give you another Melvin situation, maybe not. You see what I mean? It's kind of like you don't really, you can't do two of them in a year. You know what I mean? You don't want too many breaks. You can't take too many breaks.
We can only handle so many of this.
Yeah, I can only take so many heartbreaks.
Hey, TG, we're a hardened group. We've experienced a lot in that locker room, but man, come on now. It's a limit.
You can't have two of them. You know what I mean? We had You can see Coach T's patience already short. He does snap. Like, stop asking me about the college stuff. He's locked in.
I blame TG for that because that was his group that's been stressing my man out. And now here he is this many years later, and we getting the residuals. I blame TG. TG was in there gassing him. Yeah, do that. Yeah. You good? You the man.
Nah, man. TG was getting cussed out for trading jerseys. Remember that?
Hey, you gonna fire me for my jersey? What? Yeah.
We ain't got all these TGs in the back. Come on.
Yo, that's funny, man.
But I think Odell would be great. You know what I mean? I just think a lot comes with that. You got a lot of media. You know what I mean? It was kind of a big problem with the Juju world of last year. You know what I mean? People were complaining and saying like that. That's like the same character.
You think he'd be better in the locker room, though?
I think they both would do good in the locker room. Okay. You know what I mean? I just think it's all good till it's not good. If that makes sense. Like, it's all good until, like, to me, I'm like, honest and truthfully, I thought DJ had a great situation in LA. I don't know the total internal.
I swear I did.
It looked really good early in the season.
Hey, I'm like, you're in your backyard. You're about 33, 34. You know what I mean? You can set up your world. You're in your backyard, and you got a good team here. You got a shot to do something. You feel me? So it's like, what exactly are you looking for? So it's like, for to bring him here, it kind of could be a lot of the same script, just different cast. Like, what are you looking for? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's totally what you're looking for right now if you're bringing him here. You feel me? That's just my personal. I of course they would fit. They're good dudes. Everybody's working. We all trying to work. But it's kind of like, I just don't think right now is the time where you're looking for that. I think you got, in terms of your offense, it's like, just build it. Just build it. You know what I mean? Keep coming on. Just build it. You got speed in there too, though. 14 can run. Come on.
They can.
Come on.
I'm with it. Now,
so
we got to transition a little bit before we let you go now. We did see your Mountaineers get y'all a little bit of a big win this weekend, man.
Yeah,
but what I want to know going forward, though, we seen these college football playoffs, these rankings just get released as well.
Yeah,
how you feeling about that, man?
I'm truly
you my college guy. I know you got me. Talk your talk real quick. I need to hear this, man.
With that. Okay. I'm truly upset. Like, hold on. So they dropped Cincinnati
all the way to 6, man.
Undefeated Cincinnati from 2 to 6.
6.
They put Bama at 2. They put Georgia at 1.
Oregon at
3 and Michigan State at 4. So to me, it's teams that don't even have a chance to get in. If Bama wins out and Bama gets to the SEC championship, they're going to see Georgia in the SEC championship. If Georgia beats Bama again, I don't see Bama dropping but nothing to 3
tops.
Maybe they maybe
they
3
be
at
out of
top.
It, though. No,
you can't.
You can't.
Not in the
drop
SEC
from 2?
championship.
Yeah,
you can't. You can't in the SEC championship. They go to the SEC championship. They went out. You're gonna see basically that same 4.
Wait,
Michigan
would you
State
do
and
it?
Ohio State. Would I do?
Would you drop them?
You can't, because the way you can tell they're looking at it, they're actually looking at the games this year. Because they have Oklahoma at like 8 or 9. They're undefeated. Yeah. You know what I mean? They have Wake Forest down there. They're undefeated.
Well, and Cincinnati as well. Cincinnati they just struggled back-to-back games. Was it Air Force? It was oh my goodness, I'm trying to blame. It was
South Florida, I believe.
And it was one of the academies though. One of these academies that they just struggled with.
Did. Yeah, they did. And it's kind of like, to me, they're clearly looking at
Navy.
The body.
That's who it was. They beat Navy by 7.
Yeah.
And struggled with Tulane a little bit as well.
Good games.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like they have to be looking at the actual games now, because it's like, there's no way you can say that you can put, like, honest and truthfully, a 1-loss Bama in there. It's undefeated teams still in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should truly be the undefeated teams in there if that's the case. But they're looking at the play. They're looking at the actual games. You can feel it. And it's like, to me, I don't see Bama dropping out that 4. Yeah. I don't see how Cincinnati can get in that 4, no matter if they win out.
They don't have enough quality opponents either.
Yeah, I don't think they can get in that 4. If they win out, I think they still don't get in. You know what I mean? Ohio State and Michigan State could potentially kill each other off or just switch roles.
But you still got Oregon in there as well.
And I don't think they have to play nobody to get there. Respect. I think they got the clearest road. So it's like, to me, if Oregon don't lose, I think that whole thing, I think you see the 4 right there. Just maybe one, maybe a tweak with Ohio State, but I think that's it. Man. And I mean, I know we still got a lot of year to go. Yeah. Things happen. But if things go the way they should go, you kind of see the playoffs. They done told you what's gonna happen here.
Now, if you had control, how would you have your top 4 right now?
My top 4 today is if I had control.
The
TG's top 25.
Yeah. You give it to
top
us.
25.
Who's the player? Who's in the top 4 right now? You let us know.
I'll be realistic and then I'll be real. So
let's go.
So like realistically, I would put Georgia at 1. I honestly and truthfully, I would put Cincy at 2. I would put Cincy at 2. I truly would have Michigan State at 3, and I'd have Bama at 4. You see what I mean? And Oregon at 5. That's what I would have. I don't think Cincy should have dropped out. Like if you see what they're doing, Cincinnati lost to Georgia last year on a field goal. Their body of work, they've been building that program for a few years now. That's a 4 or 5 year program. They're a contender. They're just not being respected.
But how do you justify them going to the wire with Navy, the midshipmen?
I get that.
It's the midshipmen.
Okay, so since it's Navy, we don't respect it differently. Bama lost.
I get it. But when they lose too, though, quality of a player, right?
So what? Because it's like, you see what I mean? That's where we're talking now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Now we're saying you lost. You know what I mean? Oklahoma has 1 out. They beat Texas. Like, you see what I mean? Yeah. So since Texas has started to lose, it made that win even less. You see what I mean?
Well, I also thought the Oklahoma versus Kansas as well. Like when I saw that game and how that was going to the wire, it was ugly. You saw that,
and
game.
I think that's what knocked them down. But they're still winning. They're still winning. West Virginia, we took Oklahoma to the wire.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Y'all should have won. Then y'all could have been in this conversation.
We should have had it.
But instead, y'all wanted to let them off the hook, man. Come on.
Yeah, we're on our way back though. I think
West
Virginia. To me, if you come to Morgantown, it's a tough day. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. We just beat Iowa State.
But y'all ain't played Pitt. Morgantown. If it was Pitt, I think it would be different this year.
We'll blow Pitt out.
No.
We'll blow Pitt out.
No.
We'll contain that rush and we'll penetrate down the middle like I told you just now. You know what I mean? We will blow Pitt out. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm looking at this top 25. Even with our loss last week, I'm not seeing West Virginia up here. We're still at 25, and we got a Heisman. Yeah. We got a potential Heisman contender here.
You're a big loser. Respect.
No, I know. Honestly, I shouldn't be bragging about that.
I'm not hearing it.
I'm not that pumped about it.
Yeah, you're gonna go to the Chick-fil-A bowl, bro. Respect, bro. Respect.
We win the ACC championship.
Hey, no Chick-fil-A slander. I like Chick-fil-A. No Chick-fil-A slander. No Chick-fil-A slander.
Salute the Chick-fil-A bowl. But I'm just saying, like, you feel me?
I'm looking at this. If we would have won last week, we legitimately could be in the top 4 when it was all said and done. But
in the top what?
Pitt, if they would have won last week, if they would have won out, they would have probably played like Wake Forest in the ACC championship.
They can't beat Wake Forest
Clemson. Right now. No, they can't. That was just a bad game by us.
Wake Forest ranked 9th right now as well, man.
Wake is nice. Wake's undefeated.
They could score, but they went to it with was it Army? They had one of the ones too.
They did,
yeah,
but they're a good team,
they had one of the ones too.
Pitt has a lot of hype. I'm joking. I'm taking shots, but Pitt has a lot of hype. They got a good quarterback in there. They got a good team. They've been building that team up. You know what I mean? You can see them. They're growing. They're growing.
This was our chance. This was our chance.
Yeah, this was y'all shot though. Y'all had a good team.
Yeah, we let down though.
Still Pitt though. You know, still Pitt.
Better than WV.
West Virginia just got a nice win last week. You can't say that respectfully. You feel me? Respectfully.
Right. You think I'm being disrespectful?
Yeah, respectfully. You can't say that.
I love
you. Feel me?
Nothing like
you
a
might
little
not be
banter.
able to come to Morgantown. You're going to mess him up. He ain't going to be able to come to Morgantown.
No.
Come on.
Oh, dude, I know. I was there in high school and they tried to beat me up, dude. I had a Pitt hoodie on. I'm telling you.
But I say, T, you got to get the fans right over there, man. Be a little bit more nice to the Pitt fans when they show up, all right?
Man.
You could just verbally assault, not physically, though.
You see what we did to Virginia Tech? We take rivals out. Respect. Come on.
We got a game coming up, right? When they have that scheduled? Next couple of years?
I think it's next year.
I think it is.
Yeah. I'll be here. I'll come talk to y'all. I'll let you know. We're back.
Pull up game.
In my full in fact, let's take it now. If West Virginia win, I need you in a full West Virginia sweatsuit after that. And I need some type of words. I need an apology. Like, we'll make the bet now. We'll rewind the tape.
Hey,
West Virginia.
You gotta amp it up a little. He cuts eyebrows off when he bets. He showed up with no eyebrow for like 3 weeks.
Take that eyebrow off. I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying? Just like that's where he's at with this thing.
All right. I need to shave head then.
Yeah, we could do something like that. We could talk about some scenarios for sure.
We got time.
Yeah, exactly. We got time.
Hey,
I'd definitely be willing to do that. Something like that. Yeah.
Like it.
Full speed.
Hey.
Bet.
Well, it'd go back to you though too. I mean, obviously you gotta have some consequences, right?
Oh yeah.
All good. Not worried about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We'll talk about it. We got time.
We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Hey,
Come on.
my dog T. As always, man, major love, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Chop it up. And we definitely got to do it again. You know this.
Definitely locking in.
But
hey, y'all stay clean from the Rona, man. Y'all stay healthy, man.
Facts.
Hey, keep 6 feet away from Moats over there, man.
Yeah, we good. We good.
I've recovered. I've done my due diligence. All right.
Come on.
All right. Jeez.
Come on.
Stole me out, man.
We was gonna put you in the bubble, the indoor, bro. Don't come outside.
Chill. I did my time. All right. I'm out. I'm outside now. I'm outside. But my dog, man, we're talking again, bro.
Oh, good love, bro.
I appreciate it, bro. Peace.
Man. The homie TG, Terence Garvin. Always a good time chopping it up with him for a few.
Oh, that was a blast.
Yes. Man, y'all go back and forth like yo.
Yeah. I think he started it though, but he didn't even realize he started it whenever he brought up Aaron Rodgers.
He just walked right into it like, oh no, I didn't warn you, not that one, any other one.
Is he from Wisconsin? Is that what you guys were talking about?
No. We were just saying in the sense of because them dudes got thrown out there in Wisconsin, I got thrown out there in Wisconsin. He was like, he's like Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, that's all.
I got you.
Yeah, that's why he's like, well, tell Aaron just come to Pitt. Don't go back out there to Wisconsin anymore. He good. It is something in Wisconsin, bro. That's why I got mine at dead serious.
I swear,
bro.
yeah, because you were out for the Broncos game.
Seriously, I don't know what happened, man. But it was dope, man. But yeah, definitely hope y'all enjoyed that interview. Always fun talking with the homie right there, man.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it. NSMC99, he's a really cool guy.
Oh, shout out, man. Absolutely, man.
Ray Martinez, that was funny. NSMC99, he says he was a lot of fun too.
Man, I can't even say this.
Great fun interview by Mike Cara.
What's this? DCE. Whoa. Desan Pan Proof. I don't even know what that means, but he says amazing interview, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. And then you also got Quan Black just simply hitting you with the hit that like button in your lemon pepper stuffers. Hey. I like it, but definitely hit that like button, man, because that's what the algorithm needs. That's what the algorithm likes. Yeah, man. But the more likes means the easier this content becomes available to y'all, because I do know when we do our Tuesday shows, the banner shows, sometimes people aren't getting the notifications. The members we're talking about as well. And a lot of that has been going on because of the algorithm. We missed 2 weeks, so the likes was kind of down, you know what I'm saying? But either way, we getting back into the fold. But nah, Trina Still D, we appreciate you, man. DeMond Brown, we definitely appreciate you as well. And can't forget the homie Knight Rider 16. Yes, indeed, man.
We missing any comments? I don't think so.
We got some supers we'll get to, but first I gotta pay. Can we pay a little bill real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, so with that being said, today's episode is brought to you by the good people over at DraftKings. The leaders in sportsbooking. Not only are they safe, but they are secure and Deke. Most importantly, they're reliable. We love reliability. We love that. And
you have to.
I mean, and not just that, we got action for you, for all those first time people out there. We got to have a promo code. Trina tells you all the time, right? Promo code. Use the promo code Moats. If you use that promo code every single time, you will be fine. But for all the new users, when you use the promo code Moats, you will get up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. It's an awesome concept. You put money in, they match it. Just make sure you use the promo code Moats, but only on your first time. All right. But with that being said, man, major love to them. But more importantly, Deke, as we've said before, some people have gambling problems.
Sure.
Some people struggle with their ability to say no or to say yes. And when you have that, this is what you need to look at. This disclaimer right here. I said, if you or you know somebody who has a gambling problem, crisis counselor, or referral services, you just call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey. 1-800-GAMBLER. That's what you call. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Read it. Take notes. Tell a friend to tell a friend. But either way, we appreciate you, DraftKings Sportsbook, baby. Yes, indeed.
I was wondering if the jingle was coming back.
Oh, come on, man. You know the jingle here?
A lot of people like it, too.
They used to call me Jingling.
NSMC99 said Moats Gamble jingle about to come back. A lot of people loving it. Palm Black, though, is just like, what the hell? Maybe that was his first time hearing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, it's good stuff. I like it.
Now. This is the thing.
This is the first time you broke it out, I was like, wow, this is awesome.
It's a thing, bro. It'd be like that sometimes.
What inspired you?
I have zero clue. Maybe because
you did like a church vibe. It's like a gospel vibe to it.
But it happened like right after Rona, so maybe it was because I thought I was almost dead.
You were talking to God a lot.
And I was like, you know what, man, I'm back. You know, weight's coming back a little bit, so I just want to sing. I'm happy now. So that we'll leave it at that. Yes.
In terms of the chats, I think I just have CJ Sachs here. That's it.
Let me see.
He just popped up.
Yeah, I should have a couple more ahead of you, and then after that, we'll be good to go. Starting off with, what's his Bagger Brandon. He says, and he's using his free 2-month upper room chat. Nice. Shout out to you, man. We appreciate your support as well. He says, what's up, fellas? Hit that like button, people. Moats, can you bring me a book Monday to the tailgate? All right. I think I can accommodate that. Absolutely. Typically, I would just be like, just hit the website. It'd be a lot easier. But we could do a hand-to-hand. You know, every once in a while, you had a little hand-to-hand every once in a while. You know how that goes, man.
Yeah.
All right. Then we also have Joel Hernandez. And shout out to Joel Hernandez, man. Major love. He says, low-key nervous about this game. The Bears have recently had our number. I do selfishly want a shootout. Not likely, though. He says he selfishly wants a shootout between the game, but he doesn't think it's likely to happen.
I didn't think about that. The Bears, they beat us last 2 times. Cutler on like Sunday night in 14.
Glennon when 18. I was there in 18, yeah.
There was an away game. Or
17, excuse me, that was 17.
So 14. So there was probably an away game on like 11 or 12 we lost on the road there. It was like rainy. We missed a field goal, I think.
You know, I think Chicago's one of the places I actually have never won at either. Chicago, I don't think I've got a dub in Chicago. I beat the Bears before, but I don't think I've beat them in Chicago. It's kind of like the Patriots. I've beaten the Patriots before, but never in New England.
That was a weird comment to hear, but I guess he's right. They've beaten us these last couple times.
Dang, Joe. Well, thanks for making us nervous about this game.
I'm not nervous about it, though. I'm not nervous
either, man. You see this beard? 2 things. We winning and Ebron getting after it. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not connecting any of those games to this one.
No negative juju. All right. Next up, we got Mike Matizik. And he's using his free 3-month upper room membership chat. So shout out to you. And I see the likes booming. So shout out to y'all. Everybody that's been hitting that like button, man. We greatly appreciate that as well. He says, missed you guys Monday. It was his wife's birthday. Well, shout out to Mrs. Matizik.
Hey, we had a bunch of spouses with birthdays. And people having birthdays.
Wedding anniversary was a Lauren or a Laura, I want to say, had a anniversary. Well, it was the significant other was in here.
Yeah.
But I want to say the wife was Lauren or Laura or something like that. But yeah, man, shout your wife out, man. Happy birthday to wifey as well, man. He says, I think that OBJ would not be good for the chemistry we now have. He seems to be a problem for 2 teams. And that's definitely something that we've kind of been hitting. I mean, even TG, Terrence Garvin, he kind of alluded to that as well. Extremely talented player, but yeah, you definitely got to be concerned in terms of what he could potentially do from a culture standpoint, chemistry standpoint, especially with the young guys in that room, because they don't really have, I mean, Juju would have been the vet, and Juju is still a pup in this league. So when you talk
Deontay might be older than him, but in terms
Deontay
of years,
is older, but like years wise, like Juju has the years. So it's not a lot of that grown man, that alpha, which is what OBJ and for certain Deshaun Jackson would bring into that room, man.
He had the Ray McLeod hot take too.
He did. He's a Ray fan. All right. See, I like Ray, but I like him more as just return specialist and gadget guy. I don't like him as third receiver. And I think that's where I try to make sure we're never letting that blur when we talk about Ray, because
I want him
as
on
a
the roster.
returner, man. I love Ray as a returner. And like I said, when we've utilized him as the jet sweep guy or the reverse guy or some of these quicker passes, I like that as well. But those are typically limited 10 to 15 snaps. That's what we're talking about. It's a difference when you're talking about putting him as the third receiver and he's playing 60, 70% of these snaps. And you got a guy like James Washington, who we think is a clearly better wide receiver, not getting on the field because of Ray. That's the disconnect there. But yeah, that was interesting though.
For sure.
All right, now you should be caught up. CJ?
Yep. Right. Y'all notice when TJ plays the whole game, we're 4-1. TJ, the team MVP. How many sacks will he finish the season with? What's he at now? 7.5, 8.5?
No. He should be at 8.5. No. He should be at 9 because he had 7.5 going into the game because he was at 7.5.
He got 1.5, right?
Yeah, so he should be at 9 now.
Let me pull it up. They got him at 8.5. This is on ESPN.
Oh. See, I thought he would have been at
So
9.
8.5. How many more games? We got 9, I think.
Yeah.
No. We have 10 because we had the bye.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 more games, including this one. I mean, he's got a chance for 20. He's legitimately got a chance.
Yeah.
That's just one a game, and at the pace he's on right now, he's over that.
Yeah, he should definitely.
Yeah, realistically, he could have over 20 sacks.
Yeah.
I don't think that's hyperbole.
The highest he's had is what, 15.5?
Yeah.
That was last year. So we're essentially adding 4.5 more.
Doesn't he usually have like a 3-sack game in there, a 2.5 sack? I think one of these.
He's already
does he have one in 2.5?
Bills game he had, was it 2.5 or 3? Buffalo, and then Green Bay he ended up with 2.
I feel like he's due for one more, at least a 2.5 or 3 in there.
Well, I mean, if you look at the Bears, Justin Fields is the most sacked quarterback in the league right now. He's at 26 sacks, and he hasn't even played a full season. Now, the Browns game, he had 9.
Yeah.
But the previous 3 weeks, he's been getting sacked 4 times per game. So it's available to him, in terms of TJ. And he's also going to have another favorable matchup. Their right tackle has been a revolving door at the right tackle position for them. So he does have some more things stacked in his favor as well.
Monday night game, color rush.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense. Yeah, maybe this is the one.
It should be it, man.
So, yeah, I'm thinking at least 20. I think that's realistic.
I like it. Now he says TJ for team MVP.
Yeah, who'd we talk about between him, Hayward, and Najee Harris right now?
We're not allowed. We can't pump up Cam too much though. We know this.
I'm good with it though.
No, because if we pump up Cam, it takes away from TJ.
I told you, as long as the Steelers wins Defensive Player of the Year, I'm good with it.
So but Cam can't win team MVP if we want TJ to win Defensive Player of the Year. Because if Cam wins team MVP, then they gonna say, well, how can TJ be the best player in the league? He's not the best defender on his team. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be the argument. So we can't go that route. So we have to only promote TJ or Najee because Najee plays on offense. So we're good. Or are we opening up the door for Cam? I would like the door open for Cam personally.
On team MVP or Defensive Player of the Year?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I told you, it don't matter to me who wins it between TJ or Cam. Yeah. If Cam keeps playing like this, yeah, maybe he is a legitimate case too. Yeah. Be a cool argument. They've never done co-Defensive Player of the Years. I don't think they've done co-MVP. I remember they did McNair and Manning the one year. Yeah,
because Troy and Debo, not at the same time.
Co-Rookie of the Year last year would have been the year to do it.
Absolutely.
So I doubt they go that direction.
2 years ago as well with Murray and Jacobs.
I think they just should have gave it to Jacobs, but sure.
I agree. I thought it should have been Jacobs, but if you're gonna do Kyler, then you might as well code that thing.
Yeah, maybe you only do that once in a while though, because then that just becomes too usual of a thing. And we're always just calling for Defensive Player of the Years, co-MVPs.
Nobody wants to make the tough decisions.
Yeah, I'm good. So far, team MVP.
Yeah.
Between Najee, TJ, and Cam, whoever.
What about your boy Seven? No?
Oh, I always throw him in. I don't think a lot of people want to hear that right now. And I told you that I
think if this is one of the years for him because it's like he's doing it in a different way. He's having to do it in the face of adversity.
He's grinding it out, yeah. The offensive line was down a little bit.
Through injuries, through everything. He's in, I like that a little bit.
I'm definitely throwing him in there. Like I said, I don't think a lot of people want to hear that right now, but keep your eye out for it for sure. Going forward, because I told you, these last 3 games.
Exactly. And the MVP race is still wide open.
I haven't cashed out.
All right, there we go.
FanDuel's trying to get me to cash out. I'm saying no.
See, that's the problem. First, you be using the wrong one, man. You got to DraftKings, man. Come on, you tripping, man. Why would you come on, man? What you doing, man?
Well, that was before.
I know. It was before. It was before we had the deal done.
It was.
If DraftKings just stayed on year round, we wouldn't have these issues. But they wouldn't be seasonal. I can get it. Hey, I ain't slandering. I love y'all, baby. I'm on your team. Literally. Yeah. So, yeah.
You know what it was, too? I think, no, I don't want to get into it. There was something with, I think I had money in FanDuel already. There was something where it was just a little bit more convenient. I'm just like, screw it. I'm going with this one.
I get it, man.
But you're right. I should have known better.
It's all love. It's all love. We got a couple more. Then we will start this breakdown. Let's
go, UW. By the way, Brett Michaels and Rocky Blyer will be at the Bears game since it's salute to service game.
Okay.
Rocky has to be one of those guys. I don't know how he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's got a great story.
No,
I don't think there's any doubt about that. I don't even know if he's got a Pro Bowl though. That's kind of like like if you're gonna include the service and like somehow he's got the special, special shrine, whatever it is. I'm not opposed to that at all. Yeah. Get more Steelers in the Hall of Fame. And obviously, we had Rocky Bleier on.
Yeah.
I think he probably is underrated when you look back on history. Yeah. Underrated for his role on those 70s teams compared to what we had like 9 or 10 Hall of Famers on there. So he may get overlooked. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm not opposed to that, but that's probably the reason why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I would probably second that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aye. Who else we got?
Hey, we can meet Rock.
Hey, man, we might have to pull up on him.
Oh, you've already met him. I'm saying we get him on for special guest predictions or something.
Hey, man, you never know, man. We're going to see. We're going to
Score predictions. We got Jordy K11. Hot take. I'm ready for it.
Oh, here we go.
These color rushes on Monday are going to make them boys go nutty. Like Goku in the hyperbolic chamber.
Let's get it. I
don't know if that's a hot take.
Probably not. But I like the energy, though.
Yeah.
You do know who Goku is, correct?
That's got to be Dragon Ball Z, I'm guessing.
Yes, that is Dragon Ball Z.
Sorry.
Without guessing, yes.
I'm sorry. There was no confidence in my answer.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to work on you, bro. We're going to work on you.
I watched it whenever I was in first grade. Wow. So I have no recollection of that show.
Lord, just make me feel old now.
Cartoon Network. That's where it was mainly on. That was about it for me. Wow. I think second grade I stopped watching.
So you don't know Vegeta then, I'm assuming.
Who?
Vegeta. You never heard of him?
Is that on Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Nah.
It's all good. I was just checking it. No Piccolos then. All right.
I mean, even
no Krillins. Okay.
Even Goku, like, I don't recognize the name. Gohan. I just know there was a dude with the black hair. He's like their main character. Orange jumpsuit, right?
We're just,
am I wrong on that?
You're good. You're in the family. You're in the ballpark. We're good. We're working on it.
Is it just disrespectful how I describe it, though?
Yes, very. Some guy in an orange jumpsuit with black hair. Like, what? Bruh. Stop.
The hair's spiky, too.
Like, bruh. Why you got to describe him like that, man? All right, what we got next?
One more, I think. Brilla 92.
Oh, no. We had Vegas Cuts 702. I'll get that one real quick, and then you'll have Barella, and then we'll be caught up. All right, he says Dick LeBeau was undefeated against rookie QBs, I think. Do you guys know what the record is since then? That is correct, man. Dickie LeBeau, man. Yeah, you ain't playing no Ricky versus him. He gonna get after you. But I'm not 100% sure.
It's got to be good.
Yeah, because we don't face. I'm trying to think how many rookies have they faced.
Did we have anyone last year?
Joe Burrow the first game.
Oh yeah. But
we won that one.
Finley wasn't considered a rookie.
Yeah, he wasn't a rookie. Lamar, his rookie year.
We didn't play him.
Yeah,
we didn't play him. We played Ravens early that year.
Mm-hmm. Cleveland, Baker. No, because Baker hasn't beaten us. Oh, am I forgetting somebody?
No.
I mean, I know I'm thinking in the short term, but I don't know. I can't remember anyone,
that's what I'm
recently. Yeah.
Yes, I think I'm stumped. Yeah, I'm not concerned. I think this was brought up in the past where we still have a good record against rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, so we're good.
Yeah, nothing recently. I'm sure we could look back historically, though.
We're good.
And be pretty fine, yeah. Brilla 92. Sad news here.
Oh.
Had to put my dog down on Monday night.
Oh, man.
This podcast is the only thing that has made me smile. Thanks for the content, guys.
Nah, brother, we could help. Man. We appreciate you, man. Sorry for your loss.
It's a terrible feeling.
Heck yeah. We all, any of us pet owners, we've had to experience that before, and it absolutely sucks. So, yeah, definitely thinking about you, man. Definitely thinking about you.
Gary Bird 56. It's got to be on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. He says, nah, Deke, you got to get on the DBZ.
Let's get it, man. Yo, I was a little surprised. You was like, yo, a guy with black spiky hair and an orange jumpsuit, like, bruh, just like, bruh. It's all good though. It's all good. We're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you right. All right, and then the last one we have is Rarity Unlimited. You got him?
Sure.
I mean, right.
It's up to you.
Man, I like when you read this, anyways, man.
What's up, homies? I know Najee has been playing like a beast, but I can't be the only one. Wait for the 3 touchdown, 200-yard total game. So he's thinking that's still due. With how the line's playing, with how Najee's been playing, 200 yards, that's 100, 150, and then 50 receiving. That's definitely feasible.
I would agree with that.
This could be a good week for it too.
It's gonna look. We're gonna, and you know what? Why wait anymore? Let's get to that, huh? Let's talk about this game here. So how we usually do this thing? I'm looking at this about 6:50, so we're gonna go over today. All right.
Yeah.
7:30.
I guess that's okay. 7:30.
7:30. I got you to say I'm
So
30.
we'll get like
All right?
20 on each.
Because I'm still recovering.
20 on each
ain't gonna lie. I
segment.
told you, I worked out yesterday. I'm still recovering. I got you to say I'm 30. All right? But Steelers, Bears. Start with the 3 things that we like. And y'all let us know in the chat as well. 3 things that you like about this Bears team. All right? For me, though, tight ends. I like their tight ends a lot. Was it Cole Kmet? Jesse James, shout out to Jesse.
He's a key target.
Absolutely. And since he's come back, man, I mean, he's scored last week. I mean, he's just a consistent player. We saw him in the preseason as well. He missed some time early on with injury, but him and Cole Kmet, man, I like them a lot. Wish Jimmy Graham was back, but he's unavailable, so it's like that sometimes. But tight ends are the first thing I like. The second thing I like is their defense when healthy. When their defense is healthy, man, I think that they're a really good defense across the board. They have high-end talent. You talk about a guy like Khalil Mack. Obviously, we like, Akeem up in the inside in the middle. Man, big-time playmaker. And then in the secondary, you talk about a guy like Eddie Jackson.
Yep.
You talk about, I'm drawing a blank on the other guy's name real quick. God, dog. It happens. But either way, like, to me, I just feel like across the board, their defense has the depth that you want. It has the playmaking that you want. And they just have the piece that you want in terms of some of the high-end talent. The guy that I was thinking about was Sean Gibson. That's what it was. But to me, I just think like across the board. And when we talk about that defense, Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn. Those are my 2 guys that I really like a lot for them, man. Yeah, and then the last thing, man, is Justin Fields.
Yep.
In the midst of the chaotic offense that they have had and how just wacky it's looked at time, he finds ways to make negative plays good plays, especially by using his legs. That's something that Terrence had alluded to as well. That's the other part. I think with Fields, I like that. That's that third part for me right now.
Okay. So my 3. Going off the reservation a little bit with this first one.
I kind of like when you go off the reservation, though.
I have that they beat decent teams.
Mm-hmm.
Kept it close with the Packers.
Which they actually have. It's weird, right?
They kept it close with the Packers even. So, yeah, they beat the Bengals and they beat the Raiders. My point in that, I'm not concerned about this game. I'm not. I don't even think, they're an average team, in my opinion, to potentially below average with some of those injuries. Yeah. But they could kind of hang with anyone. I think the Tampa Bay Bucs game was a little bit more of an outlier. That just got ugly really quick, and there was no momentum in the Bears' favor. So how do I want to word it? Yeah, they beat decent teams. I just think they could pose a match to pretty much any team in the NFL, depending on the given Sunday. So I'll throw that out there to them. Because I don't think they're a playoff team or anything.
I would agree, yeah.
But I think they can compete any given Sunday. They call it that for a reason. I'm with you. Justin Fields, I think his best game was actually last week. He's been able to keep them a little bit afloat on offense. Mm-hmm. They don't really have anyone dynamic. It's hard to say. Allen Robinson is obviously really good. They don't feature him.
But they don't feature him, yeah.
They don't feature him.
Marquise Goodwin, shout out to my homie, but he's a guy who could take a top off of defense, but they don't really use him like that either.
Feels like Mooney's his top target. And then
the tight ends.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, I'm going to say Fields. He's had some struggles, but I think he could pose a threat to the Steelers defense with his scrambling and playmaking ability. And he could throw the ball, too. Like he's got a pretty good arm. And then
accuracy with it as well.
And then last, I'm kind of with you on the defense. I kind of just want to say Khalil Mack, though, because Khalil Mack's a beast. I just don't know. You're right. Who's healthy, who's not.
Because Khalil said he didn't play last game. He's dealing with a foot injury. Their practice report should be out by now.
Look it up.
Because I
was looking earlier.
They're an hour behind us, so that was my issue. I was checking at like 4, and I'm like, they're probably still out there.
You're right.
They're not done just yet.
Let me check.
So, yeah.
Would it be? It might be on the Steelers.
I would either check the Steelers or I would go ESPN. Because sometimes they'll have it up there as well.
Okay, you want me to go through Steelers real quick?
Check them first.
This. You know what? This is saying week 8 though.
Yeah, so they haven't updated theirs yet.
Wow, what is going on with this? I'll check the Bears. Are you talking about Twitter? I'll Google search. Hold on, here it is.
Get us right. Come on, Deke. This is what you on the payroll for, man. This and a bunch of other things.
No, they don't have.
Find it, Deke.
They don't have week 8 even on the Bears main website.
Find it. Make it right. Do something.
I'm
for
sorry.
all the John Q fans out there, right?
I'm sorry. I'll just say Khalil Mack if he plays this game. He's
I just went to ESPN. He's listed as questionable right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't have a full practice report, but Khalil Mack and Eddie Jackson are questionable on defense.
Yeah, he got hurt last game.
Yep, and then on offense, just Damian Williams, one of their running backs, he's listed as questionable as well. But other than that, everybody else looks to be healthy.
Yeah. So their defense, I do think they're getting a little overhyped for the Bears defense moniker, especially that they were actually pretty good on defense, like back, what was it, like 2017, 2018.
When Khalil first got
like
there.
right now, it feels like they're an average defense to below average defense. I just feel that way about their whole team, but Khalil Mack obviously still having a really good year.
He's at what,
despite the injuries,
sacks?
6.5 sacks. Yeah, so I'll stick with him. But you're right; they do have other nice pieces like Eddie Jackson. But is he gonna be playing or not? So I'll just say Khalil Mack. I was thinking tight ends too. What's his face? The second dude, Cole Kmet.
Yeah,
I think he's dropped a few too many though.
No, he has.
I was even thinking running back though, but he's had a good little run.
I like Khalil Herbert, man.
But those are my main three. Those are my Khalil Mack, Fields, and that. They've stayed afloat and have actually beat some decent teams.
And I respect that. All right, let's see what the chat said. All right, well, man, first I got distracted. Nick Y says he ordered the new Upper Room shirt. You know, the one we just revealed the other day, man. YouTube still hasn't adjusted and updated just yet, so I cannot show you it on the page just yet. Just know, though, if you go to the World of Art the Moats, right on Teesprings, you click any of our videos where the shirts are. If you go up there, you're going to see it's a new long sleeve Room shirt. It's dope concept, man. I definitely recommend you check it out. Once again, I'll make sure that the link is in the description box as well for the video, man. But you definitely want to check that out. I might start doing something cool with y'all too, man, in terms of posting some pictures. If y'all got pictures of yourselves, we might start doing that. Just hold off though, but I'll give you an announcement when it's time for that. All right. But looking at what people are saying in terms of what they like about the Bears and what they don't like. BMW_Benji talks about their run defense. He says he likes that. Quan Black brought up Darnell Mooney. Also says that he has him in fantasy. Rod Dollar says, shout out to Rod Dollar as well, man. We appreciate you always being here. He says, number 1, he likes the QB. Number 2, the D line. And number 3, the tight ends. Darius Mayo says the running back core when healthy. Talking about Montgomery.
Even Montgomery.
Because Montgomery's on IR right now. Brought up the defense. And then he also says Allen Robinson is the third. Okay.
Yeah, he should be on the list, but they just don't use him. They don't. That's why he wants out.
All right. Let me see who else we got. Yeah, I'm seeing Khalil Herbert again. Shout out to Quan Black. He really like that boy Khalil Herbert. I like him too, man. I ain't gonna fake. He's a good player.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty decent. He has been doing pretty decent for them.
I like that. All right. Now get into what we don't like about this team. Well, he sounds hideous. For me, first off, man, can I say the offense as a whole?
Yeah,
I do not like.
I agree with you.
Oh my gosh, like I watched the offense, I'm just like, are y'all like they don't have an identity? First off,
right?
Then it's like part of it. I feel I can't tell if they're trying to not open the offense up completely for Justin Fields, but then at the same time, I see him ad-lib and make it look exciting. But I'm like, that's not a called play. That's just Justin being Justin, which is great. And that's why he is who he is and why he got drafted. But to me, I'm just like, I just don't like the offense. You got success running the ball, but they don't want to commit to it. You got Justin Fields, who is a great athlete as well, but they don't even utilize him with design run plays. Like, that's the part that's crazy to me.
And then you're not featuring Allen Robinson.
Exactly. You don't really feature the tight ends. Like, he's starting to hit them more now, but they haven't been the focal points. So, for me, like I said, just the offense as a whole, I'm just not a fan of that right now.
I'm with you.
Then the next thing, sticking to the offensive side of the ball, that O-line. Now, I told y'all, ladies and gentlemen, it was going to be a week. Woo! It was going to be a week. Well, we said, yo, I like our O-line a lot. A lot. This that week, bro. This that week. I've been waiting for this week for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. We got an O-line that is worse than ours, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I can't wait to explain it. Let's go. So, yes, I don't like their O-line. And then the last thing is, because I'm a Khalil Mack fan, I don't like the fact that he's not healthy. Because I like healthy
injuries,
Khalil Mack.
Say that. I've said that before.
Yeah. So I have just the health of that team. Because we talked about guys like Montgomery being out. We talk about Khalil being out. Eddie Jackson dealing with, it turns to be a questionable, like Jimmy Graham injured. You know what I mean? Like when I think of that, I'm just like, I don't like where they are with some of these key pieces, because this is a team that not necessarily similar to us, but in the terms of their margin of error, it is like ours, where it's very small. We can't afford to lose a TJ Watt, right? They can't afford to lose a Khalil Mack. When I think of, can we afford to lose a Minka Fitzpatrick? Nah, they can't afford to lose Eddie Jackson either. You know what I mean? So when I see their health and some of the key players that are injured or missing, to me, I'm just like, that's a little bit too significant for me to like. So that's what I don't like. But in the chat, let us know what y'all don't like as well. I totally forgot to say that earlier. But let us know what you don't like about this Bears team.
Well, mine's very similar to what you said at the beginning, just offense as a whole, because I just have they're not dynamic at the skill positions. They do have Robinson, but I already mentioned they don't feature him. Darnell Mooney's like your top guy. Tight ends, I like them for security purposes, but still, you don't have Jimmy Graham in his prime. You don't have like a Pat Freiermuth that we have here that's making dynamic plays. The only guy really is Justin Fields. Yeah. They don't really have that in the skill positions. It's just like a blah offense to me. Yeah. Granted, Herbert's been doing good. I'm not betting the bank on him.
They still don't commit to him enough for me, though. When I see them, I'm like, man, Herbert looks like he's having success, especially the previous game. The team they just...
He's had success these last few games.
Yeah, I was going to say, because he had success versus Tampa. He went over 100 versus Tampa. Oh.
No, you know what? Last game he struggled a little bit. Those rushing yards they had was a lot of Justin Fields. He had like 70 on the ground, 3 yards per carry.
I know Fields what Fields did. I'm not talking about the team as a whole. I'm just talking about like when you watch Herbert.
He had good moments against the 49ers.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't care about like his statistics. I know the Bucs game was where he went over like 100 yards and stuff like that. But when you watch him run, they get good yardage when they run them. But it's like they don't really commit to it enough, though. Kind of like we talked about with Cleveland last week. Almost like they got away from it, right? You know that you're having success running, but they don't want to keep doing it. That's where I'm just like, I don't like this offense. It's just weird.
They've had some kind of like us, bad penalties that stall out drives, though, too. So I'm with you on there, kind of like the offensive whole. I just don't really think they're that dynamic. It just feels blah to me.
Yeah.
Unfortunate timing. How do I want to describe this?
We hot at the right time. They not at the right time.
No. Here, let me throw out the scenario.
Color Rush Monday Night 7.
Like Bears defense last week against the 49ers. There's a 3rd and 20. 49ers score a touchdown on it.
They did, yeah.
Not just the first down on a screen pass to Deebo Samuel. Yeah. Or was it Ayuk? I can't remember. It was one of them two.
I thought it was Deebo, but he didn't. They ruled it back. They caught him at like the 1. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a touchdown. Yeah, they rolled it back to the 1 yard line.
And I was pissed because the linebacker, he tried to backdoor it. If the linebacker goes over top, man, it's a dead play.
Because I thought their defense as a whole actually kind of played pretty decent in that game. Yeah. They gave up some yards on the ground, but then there was also another play. I think it was right before half, where there's a streak across the middle, 50-yard bomb. There's like 20 seconds left. Yeah. And they give it up. It's like that's the one thing you can't give up. And they go down and spike
Jimmy G. Jimmy G running that thing, man. He had a couple of them things. I was like, yo, what is this?
Yeah, so how do I want to say that? They're not playing. How do you is untimely mistakes?
Yeah, you can say that. Heck
I could say that. There's got to be a better football phrase.
You can say whatever you want to say, bro.
I'll stick with that though. There's got to be a better football phrase though.
Well, we just say mental errors, maybe. You want to go that route?
Maybe, sure. Yeah, I guess.
Blown coverages, mistakes at the wrong time.
There it is.
Yeah,
mistakes at the wrong time. I like that better. You can have a mistake,
but it can't be at the wrong time.
I like that better. Because I thought they played a decent game against the 49ers. It was just bad. But then also, I got ball security. I think the receivers have dropped the ball way too many times. I mainly watched the last 2 games. I've seen drops left and right, drops that lead to interceptions. Also, Justin Fields fumbling the ball.
Yeah.
Even when he's like going out of bounds. Even when he's going out of bounds, I noticed in the 49ers game, they hit his arm, but luckily the ball went OB.
Yeah. Because they had Fields down for 2 fumbles in that game, and he had 3 versus the Bucs the week prior to that. Literally every game, let's see. He's had a fumble the Bengals game. He had a fumble the Lions game. He had a fumble the Raiders game. He had 3 versus the Bucs and then 2 fumbles last week against the Niners. Yeah.
So there's that.
And then we want to go interceptions as well.
Yeah, I'm talking, and then picks too.
Had an interception that Bengals game, had an interception that Lions game, interception that Packers game, 3 picks that Bucks game, and then 1 pick against the Niners.
That's the thing. Not all the picks are completely
correct.
on him. They've hit the receiver's hands, but that's also my point. Ball security as a whole, because these receivers are dropping the ball.
Yeah.
They almost had a chance to come back in that 49ers game. He threw up a bomb. I think it was the Mooney.
Yeah,
it was one of those Claypool plays. It's like, bro, you got to come down with that.
If you want to be the man, you got to catch that. And that ended up being a pick. That was the Norman one.
It was. Yeah. But there was I think there was one or two like that in the Bucks game too.
Yeah.
So Fields with the picks, his fumbles, but also receivers dropping the ball. I think even they almost put it on the ground with their running back last game too. So ball security is an issue for them, which should be a positive for us.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what the chat said. Oh, Nick Y. Matt Nagy. Yes, you can. Yeah. I was trying to avoid dropping the Nagy on us, but you know what? Yes. Matt Nagy, number 2, he says offense. Number 3, game plan. That kind of goes with what you were saying as well. All right. John Easton says the coach, the GM, and the O-line. Yikes. All right. I can dig it. Zachary Yepes, he got a little Cincinnati in him still. He says Andy Dalton is what he doesn't like. I can understand it. All right. Tyree McClendon says Matt Nagy, the linebackers. Oh, and drop balls in key moments. Now, the linebackers, I like the linebackers.
Yeah.
I don't love him, but like Roquan, I like his game a lot, man. I think that he is a bona fide, just tackle machine. He's a downhill guy. And I like how they don't really put him in coverage like that versus tight ends. They protect him. He gets the running backs, but he does a good job eating up the space. I like his game a lot. Ogletree, not as much, but he has the tougher job because he's the one who has to do more of those like crazy coverage spots. The thing that I don't like about either one of them, though, they backdoor so much that we talked about kind of with Devin Bush. We were saying like, hey man, sometimes you got to take the path that's going to be tough where you got to fight over top of some of these linemen that are climbing up. On that screenplay, I think it was Ogletree. He tries to backdoor one of the linemen, gets caught, and now that play is out the gate. A couple of the plays where they were gashed on by the Niners happened with Roquan backdooring stuff. As a linebacker, you got to know when you can do it and when you can't, because when you go backdoor and you're not right, it's a gaping hole. And for Chicago, man, they do it too frequently for my liking. I mean, I'm like, hey, every once in a while, cool, but that can't be like your first line of, oh, okay, he's here, I'm gonna go around it. Like that can't be it.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's see who else giving us some what they don't like.
Cassius Marsh on the Bears? Is that true?
Artie Burns up there.
Well, I was gonna say, how I mentioned last week, there's the revenge factor on both sides. This week it's what, James and Burns.
Yeah, man.
I don't.
Jesse gonna hit you with this.
Is Marsh? Did he actually get signed by the Bears?
I don't know. That's your boy. Call him up, man.
I'm gonna look this up. Maybe he's on the practice squad.
Shoot him a text.
Free agent. It's saying.
Dang. Shoot him a DM. See if we can get a scoop at a time. That's your man's, yo. Hit your man's up, bro. Come on, man.
I feel like we would be cool. Like,
I think y'all low key would. I don't know him personally. I know you though, and you're pretty cool with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless they don't like.
As long as he doesn't take my football takes personally.
Yeah, we'll be good. All right. Whew.
I'm not seeing anything else.
I wasn't either. So that was the likes and don'ts like. So I like that right there. There's a little smooth daddy-o. All right, now let's see. Do we want to hop and get a couple more of these supers before we transition to position groups?
I think that'd be fine.
Let's do that.
Yeah, because then that would probably leave us at around 7:10, 7:12. Then we could use the last, 15, 20 minutes.
I like it. Let's rock. Should be at, I think, King Starboy 7.
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, let's rock.
What's up, guys? I'm about to get my Keller Rush Big Ben jersey.
Salute.
Good pick.
Some people are saying
Timeless.
This could be the last time we ever see 7 in a Color Rush jersey in Pittsburgh. Does this game hold any extra significance to you because of that? Were you gonna get a chance to see him in that one more time with the double point? You seen him in that Color Rush. Has he? I think he's lost once in the Color Rush now, huh? That would have been last year. Was that the first one? Because we've never lost in the Color Rush.
Who'd we lose to?
I don't know. Did we lose last year in the Color Rush? We either are undefeated or we got one loss.
We lost against the Bills. It was with Duck, but we beat, I think it was the Ravens. That was supposed to be the Thanksgiving game.
So that was it then. Yeah, it was just the
We
Bills
didn't wear
game.
him another time last year?
And after we lost then, I don't think so.
That might have been it. Am I missing something?
Because Cincinnati, the second game, no.
Yeah, we were away. We
it
wore
was
the
Bills.
white jerseys.
It was Bills. Bills was the only Color Rush that we've lost in so
and that
far.
was Duck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think Ben's lost.
Yeah,
That's my question.
Yeah, we usually Color Rush is different, bro. Color Rush, we put numbers on the board in Color Rush.
Am I missing something?
I'm trying to see if anyone in the chat
Why do
said
I feel
anything.
like that streak was over?
It was just because we lost the Bills game in the Color Rush. That was it. And
yeah,
that's
maybe
why they stopped talking
maybe
about
it's because when we were playing the Ravens, they were all injured and stuff too. We thought we were gonna hang 50 on them, and we didn't.
Remember that was the stat game.
Yeah, it didn't happen. We ended up getting the win though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we are undefeated with Ben in the Color Rush.
There we go.
No, I don't subscribe to that though. No, because I think even people were talking about it last week with Ben last game up in Cleveland.
Why do you think he was so fired up after the game? You never seen him fired up like that before.
I don't view it that way.
He's never been that pumped after a game in Cleveland. I've seen him multiple times in Cleveland. You're right. I've never seen him that hype before. It's usually like, oh, it's the Browns.
You know what I'll point to is last year, the wild card game. We wanted revenge on that. That's what I'm pointing the happiness to.
Okay. All right.
And we played good. I mean, got the dub without that's a
win.
gritty game. That was an emotional game, especially in the second half without the kicker. So that's what I'm saying. The enjoyment and the hype went to.
Last ride.
No.
Peace out, Cleveland.
No.
See you never.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking that at all.
Okay. He probably was like, "Yo, come get me. I'm coming there." Come get me. That was something sad.
Nah.
Y'all know nobody can win like me in Cleveland, baby. Come on now. Y'all say I still got it. That's 26 of them things right here in your stadium, baby. Sign me up. I get it, bro. All right. Let's go.
No. Yeah, my mind's not on that. Hold on, let me pull the chat up.
Oh,
my computer went blank for a second.
Funny.
Okay, so let's go UW.
Yeah,
I'm here. Look, Gibson, my dog from UW.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, yo, that's his homie. That's his man. Gotta be, right? University of Wyoming. Anytime, let's go UW. I'm just going, anytime I see a Wyoming player, I instantly think of you and I get excited. I'm like, yo, this gotta be his man. I know he loves this player right here. Let's go Cowboys.
He's a good safety, solid at tackling, can be very opportunistic. I'd say he's not elite like Minka, but he's top 20.
I like that. I would agree with that. I definitely would agree with that. I like him on tape. I like his game a lot. I might like Eddie Jackson a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
You know, maybe it's the Roll Tide. Maybe that's what it is, that Bama connection. But as a whole, though, man, I like their combo, especially, man. We talk about Gibson and Jackson together when healthy. They're up, like, when I think of, like, Poyer and Hyde up in Buffalo, I'm like, the combo is better than either one of them individually. Sure. But I think those two guys play together at a high level. I like their game a lot, man. Definitely a fan.
We got a nice suggestion here. This is funny. David Dupree. Should Manscaped sponsor a ball security segment?
You know what? You bring up
or you could even include that in the ad read, maybe.
Hey, you know it. Get your balls secure.
Yeah, right.
With Manscaped. We're gonna have to cook with them a little bit, man. Yeah. You never know.
Bears haven't been showing any ball security.
Exactly,
but
man.
You can.
Yeah.
Get some Manscaped.
That's a promo right there.
Right there.
It's a promo. Let's get it.
Kenneth Beamer.
Shout out to Kenneth. It's been a minute. Kenneth, we miss you. Or maybe it's because I was gone. But either way, I missed you, man.
Yeah. You got his upper room comment. Just wanted to show some love. Awesome interview. Yeah, that was fun with TG.
Absolutely, man.
Let's go, Muth.
Let's go. Now, we appreciate you, Kenneth, man, and glad you liked the interview as well, man. We always try to keep the interview spicy, and we got another spicy one tomorrow for you, ladies and gentlemen. Can't wait. Young up-and-coming D lineman been getting after it.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Mr. Isaiah.
Oh, okay. We dropping this. We got Loudermilk coming tomorrow.
You told me that we could do it. You said, bro, every other show just drops and they tease it, so why you don't tease it? So you know what? Yes, I'm teasing it. Isaiah with 2 H's. Loudermilk is the last name. He on the show tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We're just keeping the content rolling for y'all because we've missed y'all. So we want to make sure that we give y'all extra, all right? Extra. But yeah, man, tomorrow's show, we will have Isaiah Loudermilk, man, coming.
What's our time? Like 2 or something? 2 or 3?
Probably like 3-ish, 3:30-ish, that time frame, man. But, I'll give you the details after the show. We'll post it in the community page. So make sure you're checking the community page, all right, people? Make sure you check the community page. But yeah, we will have my man on tomorrow. So yeah.
This one's on you now. No more comments. We got an upper room member, though.
Well, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we have Logan Hartsock. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And as a new member of the upper room, on every Tuesday at 12:20, just set an alarm on your phone because you are allowed to be on the Zach Banner Tuesdays, where we interview the big man, Zach Banner, Pittsburgh Steelers tackle, live right here on the show. And only Upper Room members are able to be in that chat and actually ask questions. I mean, this is the thing. This is what we legit do. It's pretty awesome, bro. I'm trying to think. We also have early access to some videos, so you definitely want to check that. Some of the interviews that we do as well, not just the Banner ones, but yeah, definitely check out your community page because it has a lot of content and a lot of info in there as well. And since you're Upper Room member, you should cop that new Upper Room long sleeve shirt because it does say the Upper Room in the yes indeed. And I can't wait till YouTube updates so I can show you this thing a lot easier. But just take my word for it. It's awesome.
Hey, you can click on the link if you want.
Yes. Yeah, it's that simple, man. And the link is in the description box of every video. It says show merchandise. You click that and it's going to take you right there. And then you just pop. Oh, that's the new shirt right there. New merch. Upper Room, long sleeve, crazy concept. We out here. You got Mars up there. You got 2 astronauts getting after it. You know, it's just a cool, dope vibe, man. Shout out to the homie Roach. It looks like Bagar Brandon said he ordered his. I like that, Bagar Brandon, and he said it's gonna be here for it should be here for the Bears game. I like it. Well, Teesprings has updated their shipping, so now you don't have to wait like 3-4 weeks to get your stuff. You can actually pay a priority to get it like in a couple of days. So if you do get it, man, make sure you send us a picture, man. Email it in moatsiswinners@gmail.com so I can see you, man. Like I said, I might drop you in the community page, something like that. We working on it, but just know I got love for all y'all. Player, yes, indeed.
I busted out laughing at this one.
Uh-oh.
I gotta say it. He says, this is Slim Easy. He says, yo, just one question. When Moats was out for 2 weeks, was he doing a Bills podcast?
Yeah.
They think you were undercover.
Come on, man. I couldn't even have Corona in peace. In the midst of me sweating like a slave, losing all this weight, fatigue. You just gonna throw the Bills on me again, man. Come on, bro.
Right. Why can't we just think you were actually sick?
Come on, man. Like, really? All right, full transparency. Can I be real with y'all for a little bit though? If I could,
did you call into one of the shows?
Can I be real for y'all for a little bit? Just can I have a moment of transparency, a moment of clarity? All right. During my recovery, during my battle, as I was on my deathbed, staring Corona in the eye, Slim Reaper on one side, Grim Reaper on the other, I was petrified. Couldn't just think of how I could go on another day without Deke and this podcast being by my side. But then I opened up my closet and I saw these sweatpants and I thought about how they have never done me wrong. I put them on and I grew strong. But I had a Steelers hat and that's how I carried on. So I had the Steelers hat up top, the one I brought in here, along with my team issued Bill sweatpants. Oh. Yeah. But I had a Steelers jacket though, Steelers warm jacket. So I was like conflicted, but it was like the only thing that was keeping me warm because all my Steelers sweats are like the travel style sweats. Right. So they're not thick. They're not the most comfy when you battling back, when you're fighting for your life. So for me, I was like, I'm gonna throw these Bills sweats on because they extra comfy. I'm gonna throw this Steelers jacket on so I can keep it real authentic. And then I just put my Scully on because I like my Scullys. Right. You know what I mean? But it was a Steelers one, so we were good. But I had to give you the full transparency. But it was Steelers on top, so you know what my heart was. That's all I'm saying.
More Steelers. That's 2-1.
Exactly.
Because some people were questioning the Bills tailgate about the whole jersey and the bandana. What's more important?
Right. So my loyalty was there. All right, my loyalty was there. So we were good. And when I recorded any video on the page, y'all seen the first film since while I'm in there breathing all heavy. It won't no Bills players. Nah, that was Steelers player. All right. So come on, man. Give me a little respect in the building. I haven't wore blue in like 2 weeks now. Chill out.
I had to read that. I busted out laughing. Let me think here. Are we good for the next one then?
I believe we are.
We got like 12 minutes then.
All right. So let's get this thing rolling in terms of position group breakdowns. Whew. Start on defense this time, man.
Okay.
Linebackers, because they do run what we run, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So we can just go linebackers. We're going to go outside linebackers, inside linebackers. Always lump them all together. It's your call.
We'll go outside.
Thank you. I'm glad that you showed a little love for us today.
Yeah. Well, Max banged up a little bit. I'm obviously taking TJ over him. Quinn's a good player. Highsmith coming into his own a little bit. I think we got the edge. I'm going with us.
I'm only going with us because of Khalil Mack being questionable. TJ Watt, 100% I take over Khalil. I'm not taking Alex Highsmith over Robert Quinn, though, man. Robert Quinn is a dog. I mean, that man's sitting at 5.5 right now at 32 years old, man. That dude get after it. And that's been his MO throughout his career, though. He is a pass rush specialist, even dating back to his time with the Rams, the St. Louis Rams. That's who they were. It was him and Chris Long. He's always been that guy. The way he rushes, his length, his just array of moves, he is a legit problem. He's the only person, if Khalil Mack isn't out there, he scares me in terms of we would highlight him. Yeah, having to block him. He's the one for me. But with Khalil Mack being questionable, to me, it just blows out the water because of the TJ Watt element of that. You know what I mean? Because now we got to compare Quinn to TJ. That's not a debate. If we're talking Khalil and TJ still is the guy, but Khalil is a lot more respectable. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I'm going with us clear right now, because because he's questionable. If we knew more information, it'd be different. But right now, we don't have that info.
Well, and if Highsmith keeps up how he's been playing these last 2 weeks, too.
I'm with you. But his last 2 weeks compared to what Quinn has been doing all season.
I get the case for Quinn over Highsmith for sure. But then you're right. You add TJ versus Khalil. I think that's a decent enough margin, too. Yeah. Plus Max hurt. Yeah. I could just see Highsmith keeping it up, though.
I hope he does. Yeah. But the thing is, we talk about Alex keeping it up versus Quinn, who's already been doing it, not just throughout his career, but this season. Yeah. Like, it's not he has to build up, can he sustain? It's like, no, he's already done it. He's got the head start. So that's my only thing. One, I feel is more optimism, whereas one is we're actually witnessing the productivity. It's already there. No speculation, no hope or wish with it. You know what I mean?
Inside linebackers. Yeah. Alec Ogletree, Raquan Smith, Trevathan, he was hurt a little bit. I don't know if he's back 100%. Was he on the injury report?
Well, remember, they didn't have the injury report updated. It was just he wasn't listed as anything wrong with him on ESPN. Okay. So, yeah.
So, those are their main two guys, though. Man.
Who's better than Roquan right now?
You're right.
Who's better than Ogletree right now? Do I got it? Oh.
Yeah, I'd take Bush and Schobert over him.
Which one?
Oh, Ogletree. Yeah, not Smith. Okay. So you could say as a combo. Ah, man. Yeah, you know what? Ah, damn it. Can I
you can't even say Bush. You got to throw Spillane in there because Bush isn't the full-time guy.
Can I predict our guys outperform them?
Okay.
I've done that in the past.
That's your caveat. That's how you gonna get around to it. Our guys, that's just like our matchup better.
Yeah, I think they have a really good game. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
You're right. Roquan, we don't have a guy like him right now.
We don't have that right now.
We don't.
I mean, we like I said, our guy that was supposed to be that, he's splitting snaps with Spillane right now.
But I'm not really concerned about him for this game.
Okay.
Whether it's Freiermuth, whether it's Najee, I don't know what type of matchup he's gonna have. I feel like at the end of the day, when we look back, you put this one on record. Devin Bush and Joe Schobert have better games than Alec Ogletree and Roquan Smith.
Okay. Yeah, for me, man, I'm definitely going with the Bears inside linebackers. Roquan, Ogletree, not just pedigree, but productivity is there as well. And I like how they utilize those guys in terms of protecting Roquan, keeping him in the box and allowing Ogletree, who's a little bit more athletic, to do some of that cover stuff. Not saying that he excels at it, but he does a good enough job with it. And when you pair that with their pass rush, it's the perfect storm for them, or it should be at least. So yeah.
Why can't I think I've always said inside linebackers on every one. Mm-hmm. I'm easier to
you're just like locked into the Devin Bush.
I know. I think I've given a lot of Devin Bush.
And every week it's like the opportunistic, like, yo, I'm optimistic this is going to be the week. He's going to have it this week.
There's been other, like cornerbacks I've clearly given to the other side. Like there's different positions. I think I've really stuck on inside linebackers where that and receivers, I think. Receivers I've been sticking with. Quarterback. I think there's cases. Yes.
No, when you went to Green Bay and you still said Ben over Rodgers,
I stand by that take.
I was like, you know what? Yeah, he's never going to change his mind. So, yeah.
I stand by that take, though.
Not leaving out that stadium. I don't know how.
Dude, we're on to the next week. That's
I get on to the next week, but in that particular matchup, that was not won by your boy.
Yeah, he had a better game, but I could say that about.
We're talking about this matchup in that game, man. We ain't predicting going forward. We just talking about in that game.
I was taking my quarterback in that game, and it didn't play out that way, unfortunately. In that one, And I guess you could say the same thing about the Raiders game and the Bengals game, but I'm sticking with my guy. That's what I'm taking in any matchup going forward. That's how it is, man. That's how it is.
Hey, for our sake of a team, we need your boy to continue to just do what he's doing right now. All right, just do what you're doing.
I'm feeling good about
this.
Just
do what you're doing. Just do what you're doing. All right.
You want to go corners? Jump around, go backwards?
Let's do it.
I got us.
Oh yeah, cornerback. Yeah.
They didn't look bad, but like I said, they've given up some big plays in inopportune times. Jalen Johnson.
Was it Kendall Vildor?
I can't pronounce his name, but with how, dude, honestly, some people were ripping on the cornerbacks in the secondary from last week's game. I thought they played pretty good.
They played well enough. They did.
And I think they've been playing pretty decent over these past couple weeks. Outside of the Broncos game in that fourth quarter, that one left me with a bad taste in my mouth. But for the season, for the most part, Hayden, Sutton,
they've been fine.
Pierre's given up the bad touchdown to Jamar Chase and what was it, Cortland Sutton in the Broncos game.
Yeah.
But overall, I think our cornerbacks have been
they're doing
kind of underrated.
Yeah, they're getting the job done.
Yeah.
They're doing what they need to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, see, this would be a lot harder for me if Artie Burns was actually like in the starting lineup. Then I'll be over here like, that's my other locker mate. Yeah, no, I can't go against the homie. But in this one, because he is not out there as a starter, in fact, he's not even on the, I think he might have got bumped up officially from the practice squad. So with that being said, I got to go with the home team here, man. Shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback room. Yeah, Joe Hayden, Cam Sutton. They don't have a Joe Hayden right now. You know what I mean? Like Joe, even though he's older, he's still.
I feel like he's been playing good this season.
I would agree with that. I definitely would. So for me, I just can't go against that right there, man.
Outside of, what was it, the Devontae Adams little juke? Was that or Jamar Chase?
That was it was Chase. Jamar Chase.
Outside of that,
it's Jamar Chase though.
I just thought it was funny.
It's Jamar Chase. Yeah, hey.
It's just the young guy on the old guy.
That's what he does.
That's all it was.
That's what he does, man.
But he's been playing great this year, I think. Safeties. Sean Gibson, Eddie Jackson.
I like the combo a lot.
Edmonds didn't let me down last week, and I'm always liking Minka. Jackson's hurt, banged up a little bit.
Oh yeah, that for me, man. I'm going Steelers because number one, like you said, with Jackson being banged up, but also as much as I like those two, I told you for me, Minka is that X factor, that high end piece in.
A pick this week? We feeling it? One of these weeks?
I thought that was going to be last week and the week before and the week before that, right? It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. It's like finding love. You can't go searching for it. Just let it hit you in the face.
It still feels like without his picks, I still think he's having a pretty good year.
I would agree, man. I think his impact is still being felt in terms of what he does to take away certain routes and things like that. And I still like Edmonds a lot, man. We joked about it, right? We talked about, man, he almost got ran over, but the physicality is there. He's not shying away from anything. And even if you run him over, he's gonna bring you down. So for me, man, I'm leaning us. I gotta go us just because I just don't think Gibson and Jackson are to the point of Hoyer and Hyde. And that's the only tandem that I necessarily like more than us.
I think that's the only group you said thus far.
Yeah, it's literally the only group that I like more than what we currently have because it's hard. Like when you have a Minka, that's like when we talk about TJ Watt. That's why when we talk outside linebackers, it's hard if a team doesn't have a stud like a Khalil, right? If you don't have a Bosa or somebody like that, it's hard for me to pick their group against a guy like that who's top 3 at his position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just said top 3 to just keep it so everybody can be happy because I know, oh man, he should be number 1. He should be number 2. Just keep the peace. Okay. So yeah, I got to go with our group right here for the safeties, man.
I'm with you. Defensive line, last one on defense. I got to go with us. Without Cam Hayward's playing, I think this has been.
But this is actually closer though.
It is. This has been the case every time the defensive lines have been going up against each other. In these in this segment,
but his game is totally different than what Cam's game is in terms of like the impact of those type. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Cam's on another level, and with how they played last week with Loudermilk emerging a little bit. Bugs
you're right.
Good.
We got Loudermilk coming on the show tomorrow. So since Loudermilk's coming on the show, I definitely have to say our D line.
Your boy Wormley being that steady force.
Thank you for giving Wormley some love.
If we're actually being serious about Cam Hayward being in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation, that definitely puts us over the edge.
Yeah, to me, I think it's that simple, right? Cam Hayward, but also, like you said, Wormley, I say it every time. Steady Eddie, super consistent. He ain't gonna wow you, but he's always gonna make the play he's supposed to make. That's what he does, man.
Offense. Where do you want to start? QB?
Why not? This is a week for you right here, man. This is your week right
Every
here.
week is. Every week. Well,
no, I'm saying this is the week where everybody's not gonna look at you crazy. This is your week, man. Because it's every week for you, but you'll be like, yo, it's Brady 400 yards passing, but he had 2 picks though. He ain't nicer than my guy.
2 picks,
and he like,
has
bro,
a good offensive line. It's like, bro, he
has
great receivers.
Four tidy 40 yards. Like, I get it. You know
Brady,
what I mean?
Yeah,
so
Brady got lucky.
This is your week right here. This is your week. So quarterbacks.
I'm just wondering if you're agreeing with me here. This is gonna be interesting.
This is your week. Let's go.
This one's easy.
This is your week.
Every week's been easy though for me. I'm taking 7 going in every stadium we're going into. 7 over Fields.
I like it, bro.
I don't even know what else I got to say. I mean, I think he's going to prove it on Monday night, too. We're going to be looking back. Like, anyone that disagrees with me in the I might make a video on this one. We'll see.
Anyone make a video on everyone. What are we talking about? You threw a game-winning drive on Ben in the Seahawks game. Come on, man. We know how you going to do.
He's leading the league in game-winning drives right now. He's got 3.
I know we were checking that stat. That's what it's evolved to. It used to be QBR, then it was passer rated, then it was passing yards, then it was percentages. Now it's just game winning drives.
No, you know what it is, dude? Honestly, everyone's just so hypercritical about Ben right now.
Hypercritical. Wow.
I'm looking at wins, getting the job done, and moving on to next week. That's how I'm focused right now, and getting these dubs and making the playoffs and making the Super Bowl.
No, that's all. Because before the season, it was the MVP. If you haven't hopped on, like you're late, but you haven't really talked about that anymore. When you make your videos now, your videos are directed to like, well, Mahomes threw a pick, and it's like, I get it,
sometimes
but
you gotta pivot.
It's a little different.
Sometimes you gotta pivot.
But Brady, and it's like, your energy has shifted from hyping your guy to trying to like point fingers at other guys to make your guy feel better.
You gotta have different tactics in the tool bag. You gotta know when to pivot. That's all I gotta say.
I like it.
That's all I gotta say.
Hey, you hold fast and stay true. All right, you hold fast and you stay true.
Yeah. Monday night color rush jerseys. Yeah, Ben's gonna have a good game.
Oh, now Little Votto says, Deke, screenshot this. Fields is gonna look better than Ben. But Steelers stalking the W, or still getting the W. They will.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. We got the better quarterback in this matchup, and I already mentioned he's going to prove it on Monday night. At home, you mentioned the color rush jerseys, even though that wasn't a stat or a thought really in my mind. I could throw it in there.
Black Excellence says Fields got the upper hand on Ben right now. Oof.
I disagree with all this.
Oh, man.
How you leaning?
Oh man, I'm trying to see. Are they trying to sway me here in the chat? Like Jesus, or
I'm not.
And not Jesus. I said Jesus.
I'm not getting swayed by any of these comments.
I'm just making sure, man. Just checking here, man.
I'm seeing Ben will throw for over 300.
All right.
That might happen. It depends on the game. We'll see. We'll see how we're going because I think we'll be able to run the ball too. I think it's going to be an all-around good game. Yeah, maybe.
Knight Rider 16. Ben still has the advantage. Veteran will get it done. All right. Oh, man, I'm looking at the clock. Yes, all right, so I got to get this thing rolling. I'm tripping. I was about to have too much fun, and I'm going to be hurting later today and tomorrow. All right, so for me, I'm leaning 7 because of the veteran experience, and he's not turning the ball over. I know we can put some caveats behind why, but either way, he hasn't been turning the ball over. So that's the part that I like the most. And it's also seeming like he has settled into this role and he's okay with this role in terms of not feeling like he has to be the reason. Like he has to throw it all the time. He has to be the reason why his team's successful. I think he's fine with Najee being able to play through Najee, being able to play through guys like Pat. I think that as long as he's settled into that and he's comfortable with that, I love him in this matchup because with Fields is a great athlete and Fields has I love his arm as well. He can throw. He has great touch and accuracy, but he's still young, and seeing the field is not where it needs to be just yet. In terms of understanding patience in the pocket, understanding when to take off, he's still not there just yet, and that's part of the reason why he's had some of the sacks that he's had. Now, the O-line for them isn't good at all, but some of the stuff that you deal with a mobile quarterback is, yeah, they get antsy and then they'll sometimes run into a sack. You're like, bro, you could have just hit this easy throw right here and been fine.
I do that in Madden a lot. QB contains, you know.
It happens, bro. It happens. So for me, that's the biggest reason why I'm going with Ben. I just think that Ben is more mature at this stage in his career with his game, and he's not going to allow himself to get outside of that. Whereas I think with Fields, I mean, I wonder how long until he starts to feel even more like he has to be the reason, because the offense really doesn't move without him doing the spectacular, without him doing some of the off-schedule style stuff. And as much as we highlighted, Mahomes is a prime example. As much as we've highlighted him before, the more you do it, the harder it is. And that's why you see at times with Mahomes struggling this year, it's like you can only ad-lib but so much, man. Sometimes you got to get back to just the basics, the simple fundamentals. And with 7, it's looking like he's chill and good with the basics and the fundamentals as well. So as long as we keep it like that, we're good in this matchup. So I like us. But now I got to go to my favorite matchup. We're not going to make these guys wait too much longer because this is their week. This is their week. I've been waiting a couple of weeks for this. This is their week. You daggone right we talking O-line. I like the Steelers O-line in this matchup, baby. I do.
I'm with you.
I like them 100%.
With how we've been playing and how I've seen the Bears play, I'm 100% with you.
I like them. Like I like them. All right? So definitely going with the Steelers.
And I like the matchup, too.
I do as well, especially knowing that, you know, Khalil ain't going to be out there. Hey, no Khalil, sign me up. Let's get it.
Receivers? I go us,
yeah. Just because, like, I mean, they don't use their receivers like that. And you look at statistics as well. Deontay and Claypool, I mean, they on paper would be the leading receivers or the main guys if they were in Chicago. So yeah, I would definitely go with our receivers.
Running back, not even a question for me. Najee Harris.
I like Najee in this one.
Herbert's had a good little run, but Najee, he
hasn't been featured nowhere near the extent of Najee. Yeah.
Well, I think
Najee's on pace for 400 touches right now, bro.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. That was what we was doing to L Bell the last 2 years. 400 touches. Khalil has nowhere near that. He's not even close to a pace like that. So yeah.
I feel like Najee's on pace right now. If he's not top 10, he's on pace for top 10. If he's not already, he's also on pace to be like a top 5 or 6 running back in the league right now. That's the type of trajectory he's on this season, which I'm liking a lot. So that's why I got him over Khalil Herbert for the Bears. Tight ends. Oh, this is us. I'm going. Freiermuth and Gentry, dude. All I need is one game. Well, Freiermuth's been a couple games, but Gentry even, he might be a better version of Jesse James for us.
Stop it. I hope he does become that since he came on the show. I do hope he becomes that.
He looks a little more athletic.
I would agree with that, but he hasn't been as productive as Jesse.
I told you all I needed was one game because, that's the case right there. Jesse's been in the league for a while.
Yeah, and Jesse's been a good player
My main factor in the tight ends, though, is Freiermuth, but you just add Gentry to it.
Yeah. For me, I like the Bears tight ends. As much as I love what Pat's been doing, I like his trajectory. To me, I don't think the gap between him and Cole Kmet is astronomical. So if theirs is close, now I'm looking at the second tight ends and Jesse James versus Zach Gentry. I gotta go Jesse. I got to. I can't. I'm not about to. Yeah. As much as like I said, I like the fact Zach. I'm a Zach Gentry fan. I am. If I ever go to New Mexico, I'm calling him up. That's the guy. But right now, I'm not willing to crown. I would. I ain't gonna go there. I was about to say I would. He wrong. We're talking receiver, but as a whole, I'm going the Bears tight ends, man.
If Ebron's back, what's the verdict on this?
What you mean?
Playing time, him, Gentry, Freiermuth.
Well, the team, they're going to roll with Ebron. If Ebron's healthy, they're going to put Ebron out there. We know that. You know for a fact they're going to do that.
I don't like that.
They're going to definitely do that, man.
That's a terrible call. That is. I'm set on Freiermuth tight end 1, Gentry tight end 2. That's how it should be the rest of the season. If Ebron is healthy,
Ebron will be out there on that field. For a fact. He's going to be out there, man.
What's the reasoning? Just money, his contract? Is
a little bit of all of it? Yeah.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Then you saw both those guys play last week.
But this isn't new. We've been talking about Ebron all season. It's like, well, why do you have him out there? Now, granted, he hasn't been dropping, but it hasn't been like crazy productivity from him to say, oh, yeah, well, he's worth having this guy out here.
Well, we didn't get to see Gentry in the passing game like we did last week for most of the season either. Mm-hmm. We got to see that. It's like, bro, what are we doing? Especially with the emergence of Freiermuth.
Mm-hmm.
Keep those two guys out there. Like Ebron, I don't even know. Maybe we should have traded him. Seriously.
like I said, I want my man Gentry to continue to ball. If he continues on, then it's a different conversation. But
unless we start using Ebron as wide receiver 3, like we have these basically 3 tight end sets with 2 receivers out there or something. Or no, it wouldn't be that way. You'd only have Frymouth out there, Ebron like slotted out, unless you did no Najee, which I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's my only thing. I'm like Cole Kmet and Jesse James. That's productivity at least. And going off of just even the last game, right? We're talking a game. Even last game, if we're saying Jesse versus Gentry, Jesse had a tutty. Jesse had some catches. He had a nice catch. He had a couple catches. Now, we ain't going back to like preseason where he was they were scheming it up for Justin Fields, throwing with the bombs, because those were always the Jesse as well. You know, if we're going that route, just, I like the Gentry hype, though. I'm a Gentry fan. I am. But I can't put him.
Mine's more on Frymouth, though. I think he's.
And I'm with you on that. I like Frymouth a lot. I do. I just don't think that gap between him and Cole Kmet is what you think it is right now. And that's all. Yeah,
because I do think there is a gap.
You think it's like.
And I don't think there's a big gap between James and Gentry. So that's why I went with us.
Yeah.
Score predictions.
The fun part. Drop it in the chat what y'all think the score is going to be for
Monday
this
night game.
Man. Monday night color rush jerseys. Steelers versus rookie quarterback Justin Fields. Let us know who y'all think gets it done and what the score is. Drop it in the chat like right now. Right now.
I keep predicting 30 points for us.
They were close last time. About halfway there.
That legitimately should have been 20. That's a given 20 right there if we had balls.
They were halfway there, man. It was almost there, bro.
That's a given 20.
Keep going. Go 35 this time.
No, I think I'm going to stick. Did I say 30 or 31 last week?
31.
I do think this is a 30 burger. Ben has a good game. I don't know. Is it 250 passing, 2 or 3 touchdowns? Is it 300? It depends on how we're able to get going on the ground game, because that's been successful over these past couple weeks, and I like the trajectory that's on as well.
Yeah.
So Najee has a good game. Ben has a good game. Frymouth has, everyone has a good game on offense. I don't see anything with this Bears defense that really frightens me that much. It's on us, and with how we've been playing these last 3 weeks, I have no doubt at home Monday night, like TG said, I got to win game. That's how these last 3 have been.
Mm-hmm.
I have no reason why the offense doesn't keep performing. And then defense, this could be a big one for the defense too. This could be a 5-sack game. TJ Watt on Monday Night Football makes it. Maybe that's the thing though. Maybe it's a little competition between TJ Watt and Cam Hayward. Who's going to light it up most on Monday night? Get more of that Defensive Player of the Year buzz. They're not going to do anything passing the ball. The biggest X factor is going to be Justin Fields, and if he's able to scramble, get some extra yards, improvise.
Are you worried
That's not
about
I don't think.
Are you worried about Robert Quinn versus Dan Moore?
We held off Myles Garrett last week.
Did we?
We didn't. But what I mean is he got 1 sack against us. We'll figure out ways to out-scheme him.
Okay. So your final score was what? 31 what?
Well, hold on.
Deke about to get to thinking hard over here.
So for defense, they're not going to do anything passing the ball. They might be able to do some read option a little bit here and there, because I saw them having some success with that.
Yeah.
That's about it. That and Justin Fields improvising, but I don't think that's going to be that common or have that much success either. I mean, I've been around this range, I think, these last 3 predictions. Like, I'm going to say 31-10.
All right.
On a Monday night.
I like it. What is the high for us right now? 27? 24.
I don't even know.
It's either 27 or 24. Okay. It's got to be the week, right? It's got to be.
Even if it's not, it's all about the dubs.
All right, here we go. We got Max D says 31-10. Got to be Steelers.
Oh, he stole my take.
Got to be. All right. Next up, we also have, I like it. Heavy on the Steelers today. Marvy G says 27-20 Steelers. Steve Run says 28-13. I'm assuming Steelers right there. It's Justo 35-0, the shutout for the Steelers. Okay. Nathan Flores 20-10 Steelers. Zach Pierce 23-10 Steelers. Donald Copeland 24-16 Steelers. Okay.
Thomas Riley says Arthur Moats will come on Tuesday with a nicely shaved face. Whoa.
Oh no.
What does that mean?
Oh no.
Are you saying Ebron's playing?
Yo, wow.
We ain't losing this one.
All right, Caesar Areola. I'm butchering it. Don't worry about that, Caesar. Just know I love you. 17-7 Steelers. Jesse Jenkinson, 21-17 Steelers. Oh, Damon Brown, Ben throws for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. I know you wanted to hear that, baby.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right. Is Boz back? We don't know yet, Jay Quest. We're going to find out, though, in terms of the rest of this week. That could dictate a lot in terms of these point totals. Trina Still Diva 5 representing Trenton, New Jersey, Stone Mountain, Georgia, Honolulu, Hawaii. We know we love you, Trina. 35-9 Steelers. Then we also got Butcher Bergen _Zofo Alem 19-7 Steelers. All right. So I guess it's time for yours truly.
Yeah. We're a little over.
We definitely are.
You could blame me for that if you want.
We definitely are. But for me, man, this is a game I think the Steelers take care of business, and I think it is going to be a little bit closer than what you think. But either way, it's going to be a good matchup, man. I like us with the color rush. I like us on Monday night, especially at Heinz. You know, us in prime time, we just different, and it's going to take a special performance. And I personally think that the Bears are too loose with the ball to provide that, because you're not going to be able to turn the ball over in that environment. We know how hostile it can get, especially in prime time, man, especially then. So for me, man, I have this actually as the Steelers scoring some points this week, man. Not a 15er. You know,
where you got us?
I got us lighten it up a little bit.
Nice.
You know, put some points on the board. Got to have some points on the board,
That's what
man.
I like to hear.
Got to have some points on the board, man. So with that being said, man, I have it at 20-10 Steelers. Offensive outburst though, man. We getting 2 tutties. Maybe even I'm throwing a misfield. We might have a misfield. I don't know the kicking situation. I'm not gonna lie. If I knew for a fact who the kicker was going to be, if I knew it was Boz, I would go 24. I would go a little high. I just don't know the situation. I don't. He's in the protocol. We know. Come on, man. I like the extra day because it's a Monday. Got the extra day, but is he fuzzy a little bit? You know, it's cognitive. Like
he might not be right.
That's what I'm saying. He might be looking like, multiple goalposts out here. I just don't know. I don't know. so I'm just gonna play it safe, and I'm gonna say 20 for the Steelers. I do think we score multiple touchdowns, though, something we haven't done in a minute. But I think we get that done.
We did last week.
I know. It doesn't happen often though. So I said we ain't done it in a minute. Okay, when I say touchdowns, I'm not talking about Najee. I'm talking about your boy 7.
Nice.
I was clarifying.
One of them to Najee, maybe?
I would like to see
been on
that.
a good run.
But I'm clear. That's what I want to make sure you know. Like I'm rooting for 7 this week. 7 got to get.
I appreciate that.
But no, I do got a 20-10. I do think that Fields is going to present some challenge just with his legs, and that's really how he was getting challenges done with the Niners, man. Just his ability to extend plays. We'll
do a way better job than the Niners, though. I think they gave up 100 yards on the ground to him. Yeah, but you got to understand, we have guys who want to rush the passer. That's what hurts you against guys like Justin Fields, because you got to worry about your contain. And if those guys are too sack hungry, now you open up lanes for him to escape. We've done good against Lamar. But
this is different, though. It's different. It's different in terms of how Justin Fields and what they're running with their offense versus Lamar, from my perspective. Like, when I watch Lamar is still very much zone read style, right? He's still throwing the ball normal, but it's just a different approach in terms of how you rush against him versus Fields. Fields is not a design run. Fields he's dropping back, and they're winning against their O-line, but because they're winning, they lose their rush integrity. And that's how Fields able to escape. It's night and day to me when I watch him versus how I would prepare against a guy like Lamar. So that's the part that concerns me, because I'm like, I mean, if you're TJ, if any of these rushers, you're looking at the numbers, you're like, bro, he gave up 4 this week, 4 that week. Yeah, he had 9. Like, bro, this is a sack game. We all hype, but you got to be patient. And I just don't know how patient they're going to be with that for 4 quarters. So, yeah.
Works for me.
But 20-10, man, we get it done, baby. So I like that. All right. So
I think that's it.
Check supers real quick, and we should be out. Get these supers, and then we done. I already shouted out Logan Hartsock for joining the upper room. I got another new upper room member in terms of Mike Bittner. Mike Bittner, baby, welcome to the upper room. Yes,
I'm at James Panzarella.
Indeed. All right, and give me one more. We got Jay the Guru. Shout out to Jay the Guru, and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we should have 2 left there, and we are good.
James Panzarella, You wearing Bill sweats is like cheating on your wife and telling her you still love her. Wow. Shaking my head, LOL.
Wow. That's rough right there. What if it was like they were both my wives, but one was like the current wife where the other was like a wife that passed away? Does that change?
So it's not divorce.
You know what I mean? She just died.
Right.
Does that count? Because if she just died,
There's still fond memories.
You still gotta have fond memories. It was still good times. But you got your wife. You got your new wife who's alive. So just look at it more that way versus ex-wife and new wife, because that's a little messy or cheating and all that. I don't even like to use the word in this household. I mean, my wife got ears, man. She'll come down here and die. It'll be no more YouTube, all right? So we don't want that. Okay, we don't want that.
Michael, I've been missing the lives, but been tuning in on the recaps. Moats,
hey, major love, man.
I'll be there for the Ravens game. I need your connections for field passes.
All right, I like it. Man, I like that. Man, we get some bold ask every once in a while, man. I like it, though. We'll see what we can do, Mike. But either way, look forward to seeing you when you pull up out here, man, for the Ravens game. That's going to be a blast, too, man.
Well.
Are we caught up? Are we good?
All caught up.
All right.
Unless I'm missing something.
No, I think we're good. I feel like we're good. So with that being said, shout out to everybody that was on the chat today. Definitely look forward to having y'all on tomorrow. The show will, man, it'll be about 3:00 start because, like I said, we got Isaiah Loudermilk. Isaiah with 2 H's. Put some respect on it. He will be joining us on tomorrow's show, so you don't want to miss that, man. Definitely tune in. But as a whole, man, we appreciate y'all as always. And until next time, baby.
Peace.